Oh, hey. No, not those. My old ones. I'm sorry. I didn't know I was live. It went live awfully fast on me. So, how's everybody doing? First, I want to apologize about last week. I am so sorry, but I got some kind of little virus from the kids. And, honey, that thing took me down. But I'm back. I am back and I'm ready to pick up where we left off. So, let me start by introducing myself. Hello, my name is Kiki Loves Nigeria, and I am a YouTube content creator. And what I talk, well, I don't need these right now. What I talk about on my channel are things that impact your repatriation journey. Whether you're going to Africa to visit or whether you're going to live, namely West Africa. Okay, that's my specialty. That's what I studied at the university. That's where I've been. That's where my love is. That's where my heart is. So I talk about things that I know, which is West Africa. So that's where you'll see most of my stories are taking place in West Africa. Can y'all hear me okay? Yeah, because y'all saying hi. Okay. So what I've been talking about lately is Black Acres of the Gambia. Now, for those who don't know me and wonder why are you talking so much about Black Acres of the Gambia, I'm focusing on Black Acres of the Gambia because of the impact that they have had on this repatriation movement to the Gambia and to people visiting the Gambia. But the thing about it is that Black Acres has impacted the people that they've sent, they've called to come to Gambia. They've been misinformed, they've been ill informed, and in my opinion, they've been deliberately led astray. So, through my research, I decided, well, let me just go ahead and see what's really going on here. Why would people continually promote a lie that they know is not true? Because, again, for those who don't know, I've been to Africa 12 times. I'm planning my 13th trip there. And I've been to Gambia 3 times. Nigeria, 6 or 7, I can't remember because I went so many times. And I went to Cameroon once. So I have like a vast experience of Africa, traveling, living in West Africa. So when I hear people paint these fantasy stories about West Africa, it's concerning to me because once you go to Africa, if you have one bad experience, and you start making videos about it and you start sharing that experience with anybody and everybody who will listen, what's going to happen is you're going to start having a negative impact on people and on places and on things, which is what are known as nouns. And you're going to do that with your one bad experience because you were misinformed, ill informed, or deliberately led astray. And instead of you, people, taking accountability of our actions and saying, hey, this is all my fault, you know, um, I shouldn't have came over here thinking it was one thing when it was really something else. And then when I get there and I realize it's not what I in my small mind visualized that Africa would be, then I go on a all an assault on Africa. So that's why I do this because I don't want that to happen. I don't want us to look bad, and I don't want Africa to look bad. Like I made, in my video. That's what I talked about in my video with Lauren Hill. That there's no point for that when we can easily get on YouTube now and we can inform ourselves. So anybody who goes to Africa to me, uninformed, misinformed, and ill-informed, or just simply led astray, is starting to be by choice because all these videos are out here. I made I don't know how many videos. So that's why I continue to do this for people who ask. So tonight we're going to go back to Black Acres. Okay, and where we're going to pick up, where we left off. All right, we were talking about, when I left, we were talking about the donation money. All right, let me go over here and make sure I got everything. We were talking about the donation money and how much money they collected and what they did with the money. All right, that's what we were going to talk about. But in the meantime, in between time, Black Acres makes a video talking about they're going to retire and they're going to travel around Africa. And I'm like, what? How does that even work? How do you collect all the money that you collected from everybody and then say you're going to travel, you're going to retire from what? That's the first question. And then you're going to travel around Africa with the money we gave you to build a community for Black Americans in the Gambia. You didn't do that. You didn't keep any of your promises that you made to us with your crowdfunding project and what we donated to in more ways than one. We watched you. We watched your videos. We watched your commercials. We donated to your $100 donation raffle. We bought the Usambura Hall of Fame plaques for $100. We did all of that. But what did we get in return? You were supposed to build us a community. There was no community built. You didn't fulfill your end of the bargain, Black Acres of the Gambia, and that's a problem. That is a big problem for me. All right. So that's where we're talking. That's where we're picking up tonight. We're picking up at, did they really, the Black Acres of the Gambia, are they call themselves retiring and taking our money and running? And also something else I found out about the IRS. Do you know that the IRS has access to your bank accounts, whether you're in the Gambia or wherever you are? Do you know that that those bank officials over there, they have to give them your information if you're a US citizen? So do you know when they asked you, do you have money or how much money or do you have any foreign bank accounts? And you say no and you really do? Do you know they know that? I'm just wondering because I know Black Acres does not fill out any tax papers. I know they don't because if they filled out taxes, trust and believe, they would have told us about that. They would have told us about that. So that's another important thing. What's their standing with the IRS? Oh, I already know. I'm not going to say I know because I don't know. No, no. I can just guess. Because you can't tell me that they've reported all of that money, all those donations and all those non-monetary donations. You can't tell me they've reported all of that to the IRS because I know they haven't. I know they haven't, but they don't know that the IRS is just sitting back. They probably know because I'm sure they've contacted them. I'm sure they've contacted them, but they're not telling us. That may be the reason why Rick won't come back to the United States and see his elderly mother. Do you guys know he has a mother that's like 80 years old? And he doesn't even come visit her. He hasn't been to visit her. He came back, I think they came back once to that wedding. Cynthia came back, I think, twice. But Rick came back once. So I'm wondering, is there an issue with their passports? Because you know that's another recourse the IRS will take, Rick and Cynthia. If you owe them money, they'll revoke your passport. So you can ignore them if you want to, because I know I'm not the only person who's reported you. And we didn't even need to report you because they have access to your bank account. The banking system there, anywhere we are, anywhere the blue passport goes, and open up a bank account, the powers that be there are required to turn over all that account information to the IRS. Now think about that. about all those black people over in the Gambia who hasn't told the IRS anything about their foreign bank accounts? Not only have they not told them about the bank accounts, I'm sorry, I'm still a little congested. Not only have they not told them about the foreign bank accounts, they're not even filling out taxes because they don't think they have to, because they're not in America anymore. But little do you know, people, wherever you go, you still belong to the IRS. And so does your money. Yeah. So I'm wondering if that's why Rick and Cynthia haven't been back to the United States to visit his elderly mother. Because you know it takes a special kind of selfishness to not visit your elderly mother, and you're the only child, and she begged him not to go to Gambia. Yeah, she begged him not to leave. She didn't want him to leave. That's her only child. Of course she doesn't want him to leave. But he left anyway. He didn't care. He ignored his mother's pleads, and pleading and pleading. He ignored that to go to the Gambia, to live in a house where the roof is caving in. The house is so bad now, they won't even show us the outside. They may show us one angle, but they're not going to show us that back angle. So let me take y'all comments real quick, then we're going to move on. But that's what we're talking about tonight. We're getting caught up from last week. All right, y'all. Do channel owners have to register? Yes, you do, especially if you get monetized. If you get monetized and your channel is paid, they pay you, you have to register. You are basically a business, a small business, and you have to register that business. Not in Do the channel owners have to register their channels in the country where they reside? Well, I think it's the country where you're from. Like, since I'm from the United States, I had to register in the United States. So they probably have to register in the United States. And that's what their passports say. Uh, Lady London. Oh, okay. Hey, fat girl, how you doing? So, yeah. So everybody's saying hi. It's good to see everybody. I missed you guys last week. You cannot. No, you cannot travel. No, you can't. So see, that's going to be the dilemma. If because we don't know. Because see, Rick and Cynthia are not transparent, and that's why the government, the IRS requires, if you take donations, you have to be transparent. You have to tell us what you're doing with that money. Okay? And they're not. See, since they're not transparent, it leaves people like me to speculate. People like us, Mr. Foreman, to speculate. Because we don't know. But we do know is that the IRS has access to that bank account where all of that money went through. Cash App, they have access to Cash App. All that money flowing through Cash App, they know about that. All that money flowing through Zelle, they know about that. They're just going to see if you're going to tell them about that. That's their favorite thing to do, to catch you in a lie. That is their favorite thing to do. To sit and wait and see and let the money pile up and see, are they going to tell us? Or are we going to have to tell them? And you're not going to like it if you have to tell them. You're not going to like it at all. I mean, if they have to tell you that they know. All right, so let's go back up here. Uh, so Lady London is saying good morning from the UK to T and K to Rains. Well, she's saying good morning to everybody. Well, good morning to you too, ma'am. Thank you for joining us on this Saturday. I really appreciate that. Yeah, that's on our, yes, yes. Because now this is the plan to rent out the properties out there is Airbnb, but Airbnbs. But look at the properties. The properties are the house is falling apart, and the other house, the security house, which was a three, which was truly a 3 bedroom house, which was a house that someone really could have lived in. There was nothing wrong with that. Besides, they didn't take care of it. So, which one is going to be the Airbnb, or are they going to use those containers? Because I'm trying to figure out where are you going to stay and who's going to manage the property. Because according to them, they're going to be traveling around, right? They're going to travel around, and some we're supposed to go there and stay there while they travel around. So we're paying them to stay there while they're traveling around. So that's how they're going to make money. Because right now they're not making any money. They're making money off of YouTube, and they're really not making much off of YouTube. They're not. They were making money off the donations. They don't make money any type of way other than that. That's all they do. We went through everything. We know there's no income besides YouTube. That's it. So they're traveling around, sustaining themselves off of us and suing people in the Gambia because that's how Cynthia got her envoy. Remember that? She sued somebody for that. And then she just won another lawsuit. She sued somebody and won another lawsuit. And that's where she got this recent surge of money. Where you see them buying things recently, that's where that money came from. That came from the lawsuit that she won. So that's where they got this money from. Yes. Oh, wow, fat girl. Yes. Yes. This is unbelievable. South Africa is way out of no. But I think November, I think they're going to November rain. I think they'll probably, if they can go anywhere. But see, think about it, people. How are they going to go anywhere? How? How are they going to go anywhere? We have to think about this logically. Because, see, Black Acres might be just trying to spin us around in circles again. Because logically, they can't afford to do that. It is very expensive to travel around Africa. It's very expensive to do that. It's very expensive to travel around the United States. But it's equally as expensive to travel around Africa. So, where are they going to get this money from? That's the first question we have to ask. So, they're going to get it from where? They're not going to run a raffle. They know they can't. They know that was illegal. They got in trouble with the government with that. So, they got in trouble with that because he knows it's illegal. Somebody he said GoFundMe told him, but I'm wondering how to GoFund. Why would GoFundMe tell you that? That's something the IRS would say. The GoFundMe had nothing to do with the raffle. So why would GoFundMe say, oh, unless he told him he wanted to try to do a raffle on GoFundMe, and GoFundMe said, oh, that's illegal. You can't do that. But he didn't explain it, so we don't really know. So um, how are they going to support themselves? I think they're really depending on this Airbnb. So first they got to get their guests, and they got to get some loyal person, who believes in Black Acres no matter what. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? Somebody who's still supporting them through all of this. They got to find that person because see, what's peculiar to me is that they can rent out an Airbnb, right? They can do that, but what about the winner? What about the winner of the raffle? She never got to come. So how can they rent out places as Airbnb, but they never even upheld their end of the bargain with the raffle winner? Now, if this person wasn't able to keep their deal with the raffle, then somebody else was supposed to win. So I'm confused as to why that didn't happen. Let's see. But now you have an Airbnb. But your raffle winner never came there and stayed for 7 days and 7 nights. I wonder what they're gone. I wonder are they retiring to Uganda or Kenya? Well, November Rain, he did mention Uganda. Now he did mention Uganda, and he speaks so highly of Idi Amin. So I know he likes Uganda because I think they were supposed to go to Uganda before something happened and they ended up in the Gambia. Kenya, it might be a little too expensive for them, so I doubt if they go to Kenya. Uh, what happened exactly, fat girl? What happened to the hotels? People need to know the truth. The raffle, who won that? They're not telling us anything. You see, they're not responding to us. They don't care. They don't feel like they have to answer anything. There's a video I'm going to show you where Rick tells us, don't worry about what he does with his damn money. And the money is the money we gave him. That's the money we gave them. But then when people were asking, what did you do with the money? What happened with this money? Then he doesn't want to answer. They don't feel obligated. They feel offended that we even asked. Well, how was that? That makes no sense because they don't want to be transparent. They want to act as a charity, but they don't want to be a charity. What are they? That's what I want to know, Brown Eyes. That's what I'm trying to figure out with you guys. What are they retire? I told y'all the scam game, the hustle game. You know how people just be hustlers their whole life. From the time they can talk, they just be hustlers. Hustle this, hustle that. That's what they do. They hustled a place in the United States. They hustled in the Gambia, hustled two places. Then they hustled the other man. Then when they couldn't hustle him no more, they moved out to Black Acres. They hustled the contractors. They hustled their workers. Now look, now they got a crumbling building, which we said that was gonna happen. And now we don't have to see no workers. We don't even see the kids. I ain't seen the kids in 2 weeks. All you hear out there, like she said, is insects. You know how quiet it is to hear the insects? Seriously. That mean ain't nobody talking out there. Because nobody's out there but them. Nobody's out there. So retiring from what? Who's gonna oversee your property? Who's gonna watch your property? Maybe their friend who's planning on helping them is gonna watch their property. Because according to this video of one of their friends, she's supposed to be helping Black Acres and some other repats over there. How's she gonna do that? She says she's gonna do it with grants and fundings. And she's gonna go to the government and ask them to tell her the name of the grants that she can use to help Black Acres and the other repats over there. Yeah, we're gonna watch that too. Yeah, if they're going anywhere. They may not be going anywhere. They're such liars. You can't believe Black Acres people. You can't believe them. You cannot believe these people. Everybody's saying hi here. Yeah, you can't believe these people. They're such liars. They may not be going anywhere. This may be another game. Who knows? Hey, Q. This may be a whole nother game that these people are playing. You hear me? Rick ain't even a smart. No, he's not a smart shyster. If he was a smart shyster, he would have made sure he built the main house and some little houses for guests. Those little DY cute little houses, DY house, do it yourself houses, or whatever they call. He could have built three of those, and he could have had that main house. But that house was way too big, and he could have rented those out like he said he was going to do. He could have even had a little special small house for people who were down on their luck, who needed some help. He could have even done that and took donations for that to help fund that. He could have done a lot of things. But he was too busy being a shyster. He was too busy getting the money. They were too greedy. And when they got the money, they just didn't know what to do because they never had that much money before. And it was flowing in and flowing in and flowing in. And they was just spending it and spending it and spending it. They didn't think the government knew about it. They didn't think the IRS knew about it. They weren't going to report it. Who was going to report it? They didn't know any of that. And you know how we know? Because we know, you know as well as I do, if Rick and Cynthia were filing their taxes and reporting that income, they would have surely told us how much money they made. They would have been bragging about that. They would have been bragging about, look, we're reporting we got six-figure income. We made this much. We made $1 million. We banked $1 million in donations because it's in donations. If it's in donations, you should be able to write that off, right? Well, if you're a nonprofit, they're not a nonprofit. They don't have a license to take that money. They don't even have a receipt, not a receipt, or certificate to solicit money in states like mine, Ohio. You have to be certified to do that. When he comes on YouTube and he asks Ohioans to donate money, he has to go to our Ohio Attorney General and fill out a form to get a certificate to do that. You can't just do that. But he did. They did. They're in so much trouble for that. It's unbelievable. But you think they're going to tell us that? No. Their answer is we'll just never go back to the United States. We're not going back for anything. We don't go back to see his mama. He don't go back to see his grandkids. He don't go back to see his kids that are there. He don't go back for nothing. Nothing. I don't even know what to say. I don't even know what to say to that one. Doesn't Rick get it? No, we talked about that. No, no, Rick doesn't get a disability for his check. Somebody, what we came up with. He was only in for 8 years. So one of the vets who were on here, he had a buddy who had a disability who was in for 8 years. So I guess the disability, how much you get paid, depends on how long you were in there. I guess. I don't know. But this is what the guy was saying. And he's saying, because we think Rick getting about 1,500 for this disability. But no. They're saying he probably gets about $600 if he gets that, okay? Because he was only in there for 8 years. And did Rick get an honorable discharge? Does anybody know that? Do y'all think he got an honorable discharge and he's out shoplifting at 51 years old? Y'all think he was honorably discharged? Mm, I don't think so. For some reason, I'm doubting he was honorably discharged because he was 2 years away from 10 years and 10 years away from 20. And that's just nothing. 12 years is nothing. That goes by so fast. And then you get full retirement benefits. Why wouldn't he do that? But I think he said, I think they said they used the GI Bill. You know that money they give you, not the GI Bill, but what was it called? I don't know what they call it now. But it's some kind of money. It's like the GI Bill where they help you get a house. I think that's what he said. If I'm wrong, correct me, y'all, because I can't quite remember that part. That was so far back when I was talking about that. But for some reason, I don't feel like they, excuse me, I don't feel like he was honorably discharged. And also, son James gets a Social Security disability check. Do you know that for a fact, Miss Ballard? Because if he gets an SSI check, you can't be out of the United States for more than, I don't know, the time frame. I'm not going to say the time frame. I just know there is a time frame. There is a period that you can be out of the United States. So he's been gone for 3 years. He would have to get some kind of, they do some kind of where they recertify you. He hasn't had no recertification. No, they've been gone longer than 3 years. They've been gone for what, 5 years? 5 years? No, they've been gone for much longer than that. I think if he was, unless when they went back, he did his recertification. But I don't know how he could be on SSI and be over there that long and not come back because they have to check you. They got to reach. They're rechecking people, kicking people off. So I don't know how he could have stayed on without getting recertified. I don't even know if they call it recertified, but you know what I mean. Reevaluated, and then you can't stay on like that. No, she's not helping anyone. She's not helping anyone, but she wants everyone to help her. That's the irony in all of this. She wants us to help her. They wanted us to help them from day one, but they're not helping anybody. And she told us in the video, and I played it for you, I think it was last week, where she told us to our face she's not helping us. And even though they know that place is not ready, they still are going to put some poor person who still believes in them or somebody who just got a little bit of money, they're going to rent them a room, they're going to rent them something out of that shack. And them people are just going to be stuck. And Black Acres is going to become the biggest slumlords in the Gambia. Watch what I tell you. You watch what I tell you because they need some money. Because now that's all they're talking about is rent from us, rent from us. Wonder if they are trying to have or have gotten them for. Well, they were trying to become permanent residents in the Gambia. You can't get a passport unless you. I think you have to be a citizen to get that, or a resident, not a citizen, a resident. Like how we become permanent. Well, not us, but people come and become permanent residents, and they get passports. Um, I think it has to. It's the same thing. They have to do the residency. That's why they're also want to do the residency because they want to get a Gambian passport so bad. Um, no way he has was yeah, I don't think so either, TNK. I don't think he was honorably discharged either. I just got the feeling he was not. Yeah, I just got that feeling he was not. The IRS can garnish military retire. Oh wow, I didn't know that. But the IRS can do anything they want to. They can garnish your Social Security benefits. Yeah, they can do anything they want to. Someone must know someone on the ground. Can't believe a word that no, you cannot. You cannot believe a word that Blackacre says because they're on one channel saying their friend's channel saying something completely different than what they're telling us. Not one time have they told us about, uh, Black Acres, obviously, they don't feel safe in the Gambia. They don't. But they come to us, just even on this last video, still encouraging people to come to the Gambia. And that's crazy to me. That's crazy and that's irresponsible. It's irresponsible for them to do that when they know it is not what they're making it out to be. They know they are having a really bad time now. They know they are. If it is hard here, people, what do you think it is like in the Gambia? Now think about that. If things are high and expensive here, what do you think things are like? What do you think things cost in the Gambia, people? This isn't just happening here. This is a worldwide recession, in my opinion. The IRS can take away any pension except countries like Iran and China, but everyone else, the rule. Yes, they can. They can. So that's why I'm like, you're not fooling them. You're fooling yourself thinking you're fooling them. But see, now we understand why they haven't been back. Yeah, 7 years. 7 years. So he hasn't had a checkup in 7 years. That don't and he's young. So see, the young people, they were really making them come in because they were trying to get people off because they wanted to recoup some of that Social Security money. Yeah, they wanted to recoup that. So they were evaluating people. Kiki, they're friends with Kiki, they're friends with I don't know. To be honest, I don't know. I've never seen them with them. So I don't know if they're friends with them. I don't for some reason, no, I don't I've never seen they have their own little clickety click click click. And it's the same people. It's some people Anja was around. Okay. So now I think I've gotten everybody's comment. Now we're gonna go The younger daughter left. Um, I'm sorry, y'all. Sorry about that. The younger daughter left. The younger daughter is Rakia, the one who works at the hotel. I don't think she left. I think the rumor is on the street that the older daughter, Nadia, left, but I don't know how true that is. Again, this is just talk. I, it's not factual unless I see like a picture of her in the United States or an image of her in somewhere in the United States or something in writing where I know she's here. I don't know. I've never heard Rick. I know Rick and I haven't seen her, and I haven't heard Rick and Cynthia talk about her. So I don't know. I don't know for sure. But I've heard that. I've heard that she has left the building. She has her own house. Oh, is it on her channel? That girl, how y'all know all that? And which one are y'all talking about? How did people not see through the scam for so long? That's what we were thinking. We were asking that same question to ourselves. How could we not have seen this scam for so long? But I'm telling you, I think they were using some kind of some kind of magic. I'm serious. Because remember, y'all, in the beginning, everywhere they would go, let me take this down so y'all can see. Remember, I kept saying in the video, I said, what is this water? I said, what is this bottle? Everywhere they would, that bottle, a clear liquid, they would sit it down. He would drink it sometime, but that bottle, a clear liquid, was in all those videos when they first started. And I'm just because of their fascination with juju and their fascination with witchcraft and black magic and all things magical, I believe that they were doing some kind of spell, some kind of magical spell. I am serious. I am serious because we were all just blinded by it. I mean, it made no sense. I can't even make sense of it now. I can't even make logical sense of it now. I can't even say this is why we did it because it doesn't make sense. And to collect all of that money, and we didn't even question them. Some people were questioning them, but they shut those people down. We ignored those people. We didn't talk to those people. We turned our back on those people. We called those people's names. We were warned. We were warned over and over and over again, but we didn't want to hear it. Why didn't we want to hear it? I don't know. We were under some kind of illusion, some kind of delusional spell. Maybe that's why he uses the word illusion all the time and tells us we're in the illusion because he needs to keep us in the illusion, to believe what he's saying is real. So maybe there's something with that word. I don't know. The younger daughter has her own apartment. It was on her channel. Yeah, the younger daughter does have her own apartment. Yeah, I've seen that. That's the one who works at the hotel. TNK says, I think most people got emotional about that. She's right. She says, being that she thinks that most people were emotional. And she's right. She's right. That was it, too. You're right. It was the emotion. They pulled all the right cards, plus whatever was in that bottle. But they pulled all the right cards. They pulled the race card. They pulled the nationalism card. They pulled the Pan African card. They pulled the roots card. They pulled them all. And right, we fell in love with the idea that they were selling us, and we were going to pay for that dream, no matter how much that dream cost. We were going to pay for that dream. Ben says, I saw through it from the jump. Just sad that a lot of people fell for that stunt. It was sad, and it still is sad because a lot of older people were giving them money from their Social Security checks, from their retirement checks, believing that one day they were going to be able to go to Black Acres. They were going to be able to go there and live, go there and retire. And it was all a lie. It was all a great big fat lie. They wouldn't even show us the house. The house. Hey, Truth Serum. That spell didn't work on me. Then again, I don't believe in magic. Yeah, that's why. But what my grandma used to tell me? It didn't matter if you believed in it. It's whether they believe in it. The person who's casting the spell, whether it works or not, isn't dependent on you believing. It's dependent on their them believing. So I don't know. I want to know what was in the bottom. I let you in have it, Colin. I did too. I did too. I did. I did too. I did too. I did too. And he was trying to. No, Kiki, these people are scammers. They're scammers. No, you're just jealous of us. You just jealous of us. No, we didn't want to listen. We didn't want to listen. No, we didn't want to listen. We didn't want to see what was right in front of our eyes. Marcus Garvey too. Marcus Garvey too. What TNK? What you mean, Marcus Garvey too? It's the word return. That's the hoax. You can't return to a place you haven't been in the first place. Well, it's how. Well, see, I think that depends on how you define the return and how you defined like ancestral connections. Because see, to some people, they believe that their ancestors, their grandparents are from there. So they're connected there because their grandparents are from there. So they don't physically necessarily have to step on the ground. Their DNA has stepped on that ground in the past, whether it was through their grandmother, through their grandfather, somebody, has stepped on that ground. So I think that's how those people are defining return, not you per se being from there. Because I agree when they say you're a foreigner, because I am. I am a foreigner. I'm from the United States of America. Just like they will call a Nigerian a foreigner. He is. She is. She's from Nigeria. She's not from Ghana. She's not from Gambia. So if you're not from those two countries, you're going to be a foreigner to them. And that's just the way it goes. That's what you call people who aren't from where you're from, foreigners. So I think that's where they get that term from. That's how I look at it. Well, I think that's how they interpret it. The pandemic didn't help when BLM resurgence, the perfect storm. Yeah, the COVID was the perfect storm for a lot of stuff, a lot of things. Folks, if you want to really connect with the motherland, go there yourself and experience it for yourself. Then come back here and yes, exactly. That's exactly what you do. But before you go, you got to make sure you educate yourself. You got to make sure you know the cultural and the social norms of the place that you're going to. You can't go there breaking all the rules, breaking all the norms, and then when you get treated some type of way, you want to blame them. I don't get that. I don't understand that. Brown said that's what she did. Yeah, because you got to understand the culture. And Fat Girl says she agrees with Ben. Brown Eye says, I fell in love with Gambia. What exactly did you fall in love with Gambia, Brown Eyes? Tell me. What part of Gambia made you fall in love? Because I fell in love with Lagos, Nigeria, and I can tell you exactly why. It was the hustle. I liked it because it was hustle. You could Lagos, Nigeria is a place where you can make it. You can It was always hustling. It was always people was making it happen. You could always make it happen. But now it's so messed up. I can't even watch the news about it now because it's so messed up. But it used to be a hustling, bustling place, where everybody was making money. There were so many different ways to make money. There were so many different ways to make it happen. And nobody was sitting around waiting for something to happen. Everybody was out making it happen. 5:30 in the morning, you look out your window and you're gonna see people walking. Like tons of people going to work, going to catch the I forgot what you call it. The bus, the public bus. I forgot the name of it. But yeah, that's what I loved about it. I love the hustle of it. I love the 24 hours, 7 days a week of it, except for Sunday. Lagos did rest on Sunday. And I like that they rested on Sunday. But the other days, no. It was always, there was something there for everybody. That's what I like. Something there for everybody. If you don't like the club, but you want to go out and socialize, there's a sports bar. If you want to go to the nightclub, then you can go, there's a nightclub. If you want to go listen to live music, there's that type of club. And there's all type of ages. There's no such thing as a person too old to go out there. No, no. Socializing is a big part of the culture, and that's what I loved about it. I loved it. The social aspect of it. Yeah, that's what I love about Lagos, Nigeria. So tell me, what do you love about the Gambia? Right. Random Chef says, all people come from Africa. Yes, they do. Yes, they do. Uh, yes, T and K, you are so right. The perfect storm. Yes, it was the perfect storm, and we see the results. All of these people who have mental issues are jumping on YouTube. I fell in love. Okay, we said we saw that one. Did we get them all, y'all? Yes, the T and K. Okay, let me see. Yes, T and K. Okay. We saw that one. I think we got them all. Let's see if this one. Um, but they are so full of themselves. It's sickening. Trying to live the champagne exactly. Trying to live the champagne life on cheap beer budget, and that's the problem. And they present this cheap beer budget to all of us, and tell us you can come here and you can live pretending it's the champagne life, but it's really the cheap beer budget life. Yeah, exactly. But they don't. But you'll find that out once you get there, though. You'll surely find that out. I tried to watch back. Hey, Places and Spaces. I tried to watch back in the beginning, but the begging was too much. They begged, they begged upon a vehicle and all kinds. Yes, all kinds of stuff. The vehicle. You think they reported that to the IRS? I think it was the pickup truck. Yeah, I think it was the pickup truck. You think they reported that they got a pickup truck from begging from the pickup truck donated to them? You think they did that? You think they told them about that? No, they didn't. You think they really told them about that? No, they didn't tell them about that. You think they told them all the stuff Miss Shirley was sending them? You think they reported all of that? Really? You people think they did all of that? I don't think they did any of that. But I always respect the culture. Yes, that's key. People are working. Yes, they work hard in the Gambia. That's true. They work hard, and I respect their culture. Yes, I do. I would love to have visited Lagos, though. Yeah, honey, it's nice. It is so nice, and it's just like it's so much to do, and it's like whatever you can have whatever experience you want. You can have the cheap beer budget experience, and that's fun. You can have the champagne experience, and that's fun. You can have the middle class experience, and that's fun. It's just it was a happening place before this new president took over. It was a happening place before something. I guess COVID. I don't know. I don't know what happened to Lagos, but they're having a big, huge problems right now, and it's just so sad because it was a really nice, neat, fun place to be. Oh yeah, see, I'm telling you, yeah, because it's fun. It's a nice place. It's a happening place. He brought me back from the shrine. Do you know that's my favorite place? You know, I went to see his son play there. His son gives a live show. You can go there and watch him rehearse for free. Now, just imagine that. His son, who travels all over the world, and people pay all these hundreds of dollars to see his son play. And you can go to the shrine, and I think it's Thursday, on Thursdays, and he plays. The whole band is there, and they're practicing. But it's like a show because they're practicing the show. And it's just unbelievable. If y'all ever go to Lagos, Nigeria, you got to go to the shrine. People were telling me, "Oh, there's criminals at the shrine. You're gonna get killed at the shrine. Oh, this is gonna happen to you at the shrine." It was nothing. I was so nervous the first time I went. I was shaking. But once I got inside, once you get out the car, you know there's people everywhere. But once I got inside, it was so nice. It was cool. That was the first thing I noticed, how cool it was. The temperature dropped instantly. It was real cool in there, and people weren't staring at me. Like normally when I'm walking around Lagos, people stare at me a lot. But when I went inside the shrine, that was the first thing I noticed. I sat down in my seat. They set me up front. I don't know why they did that, but they set me up front. I looked around, like kind of look around, see if people were staring at me. Nobody stared at me. That is why I love the shrine. I'm like, I went there and I got to just relax. I didn't have to be on guard like that. Everybody was minding their own business. Nobody was doing anything to anybody. You was just there relaxing, listening to the music. It was just a good, cool vibe. Yeah, I would love to go back there. It was a good, cool vibe. So if you ever get a chance to go, please make sure you go there. The shrine is very nice. It's a very cool place to go. And you meet people from all walks of life. And I even got to see a live show. The son did a live show while I was there, and it was unbelievable. That live show was unbelievable. It was unbelievable. I can't even describe it in words. It was unbelievable. It's the only way I can describe it. People were okay. I read that. So let's go down here. Oh Lord, let's see who this is. I knew it would be. I knew it would go down well when he started saying that he was about doing a multi-million dollar farming business on that land. No way. They talk down Gambians as if it. Thank you, Mr. Muhammad Ali. Thank you, sir. I got to take down your comment because they can't see me. But you're right. That was one thing I noticed. I'm like, you not even asking the Gambians for help. Everything they're telling you, you're disregarding everything they're saying. Okay, everything the Gambians were telling him, he was disregarding it. But I'm like, aren't the Gambians farmers? Aren't that isn't that what they do? Isn't that how they know the soil? They know what's going to grow there. They know the crops there. So I'm confused. I'm like, I'm so confused as to why they weren't listening to these people. I didn't understand that. That I did not understand, Mr. Muhammad Ali. And that's when I started putting it together that they really weren't trying to do anything. They really weren't trying to do anything. They really didn't want to do anything. And see, every time the Gambians would make a suggestion, they would shoot it down. Every time everybody would make a suggestion, they would shoot it down. Yes, they are very disrespectful to them. They said they were going to make their work. Remember that? I made a video about that. They said they were going to make their workers pick cotton, and they thought that was funny. And the Gambian dude was right there. He was right there. They said that disrespectful stuff right in front of this Gambian dude's face. Yes, I kid you not. And the Gambian dude just act like he didn't hear it, trying to play it off. But I know he was like, these people are the most ignorant people I've ever seen in my life. Yeah, they thought that was funny. He was like, we should start growing cotton. And Cynthia was like, who gonna pick it? And he was like, we can make the Gambians pick it. The son. We can make the Gambians pick it. Ha ha ha. They both thought that was funny. And then she gonna play it off and say, trying to play it off like it wasn't funny. But yeah, that was after you laughed. He was going to manufacture cashew butter too. Complained about Gambian export. You seen that? Just the other day, he talking about all the cashews has gone off the tree. The workers must have took them. No, your wife took them. Cynthia took them in the house so you guys could eat them because that's what you're doing. It's smart. Yes, yeah. And then he gonna say, I just hope they weren't selling them. Whatever, dude. The son said, yes, the son said that about cotton, and Cynthia laughed it off with disgusting. Yes, they're racist, and yes, they are. They are against their own people. Yes, that was supposed to be hilarious stuff. That was supposed to be so funny. He stands over the Gambia and his kids, bent over in the sun with the machete, cutting grass by hand. Sad. Who y'all talking about now? Okay, did I get everybody's comments so we can go to our first video? Okay, we got that one. I thought, wait a minute, what's this one say? This one says, I wanted to write that I knew it wouldn't be a successful business because of the boasting on a swampy land and the size they were saying they would feed them exactly. I knew what you were trying to say. We knew what you were trying to say. I know it's kind of hard to type, especially when you're on phones. But thank you for clearing it up. But we knew it. You're right. You were right. You were absolutely right. And we knew it too. But we didn't want to believe it. We didn't want to believe it, sir, because it was just like I forgot who said it. We wanted to believe in that Pan African dream. We wanted to believe we were going back home. We wanted to believe. We wanted to believe. I saw a video about a Gambian farm which only started 6 years ago. Bag farm. No, it's not even on the site because they're not really trying. People, we got to understand. They were never trying to develop black acres. They were just taking our money. Okay? They weren't trying to do this for real. They were just trying to take our money. That's all it was about. Okay, y'all? It was about a quick way to get money. That's what this was about. Because if they really were trying to do what they said they were going to do, they could have done it 10 times by now. They weren't trying to do that. All right, now, let me go. Now, what I want to first talk about. Okay, so Terry from the Success Together says Terry from the Arrival has bottled cashew juice and is being distributed in stores. Oh, that's good. I bet that's so good. Oh, I would like to try that. Oh, that sounds good. I feel bad for the workers too. I hope they find other work away from. Yeah, I do too. And they were docking their pay for every little thing, watching them, filming them. It was ridiculous. All right, so I think we got all that. Now let me get back. I think we got all the comments. All right. So let's go over here. Now, we were talking about um, Black Acres. How did they get this off? You know, how did they get this off? Because they promised us they were going to complete this crowdfunding project. Okay. And this project was going to result in building us a community where Black Americans could go in Africa, in the motherland, in the land of our grandparents, in the land of our ancestors. And what it actually came down to, when it all came down, no, I'm sorry, they also promised that people who were down and out, this was really important, that when you were down on your luck, because remember the person who wrote them was down on their luck. And that's because Black Acres had promised us that if you were down and out, and if you were ready to get out of America and you couldn't take it anymore, that you had a place to stay at Black Acres. Remember that, people? That's why we gave like that. That's why we invested so much of our heart and our money into Black Acres. Now, but in reality, Black Acres were only thinking about themselves. In reality, we with the crowdfunding money that they got from us, the contract that they breached because they did not build a community. They did not do that. Okay? They built themselves two properties. In reality, they took our money that they were supposed to use to build a community for us, and they built two houses. They traveled around West Africa. They went to every tourist destination in the Gambia. They put three engines in their pickup truck that we bought for them. They did multiple repairs on their vehicles. And they used our crowdfunding money that they were supposed to build this community with. They used it to sustain their day to day living expenses. When Rick and Cynthia were asked to be transparent about this, all right, because remember, someone asked them, oh, hold on, y'all, let me get the video. Remember, somebody asked them about the money, about what they were doing with the money. Black Acres was offended because they felt you don't have a right to ask them what they do with their money. Now, see, I'm wondering at what point did the money become their money? So let's listen to this. Let me put this video up here so you can see it. Because before, I want you to really understand this. After they got this money, everything changed. Everything changed. When people began to question, what are you doing with this money? How much money have you collected? Let me show you what their response was. Let me show you. So we're going to go down here to this video. Now, again, this is fair use because I use these videos to help educate people about how you really just can't trust people that you see on the internet. You know, you have to you have to you have to really vet these people. You have to really vet these people. You can't just give these people your money. So let me just stop this right here and put up this fair use clause, okay? Because you got to understand that you can't trust everybody and you can't just give everybody your money. You just can't do that. And you got to be able, you got to learn to not believe everything you see and not to just think, oh, oh, hold on. Hold on, y'all. I don't even know why it's doing that. Oh, y'all. Hold on, I'm trying to figure out why it's doing this. Why all the videos just started playing at one time is really crazy. But we are dealing with Black Acres, aren't we? That was really crazy. All right, so now let's go back. We want to oh, we were talking about fair use. I want to show y'all the fair use thing. So I want you to see the fair use. Now, again, this just says that you can use, oh no, that's the Juju one. Okay, well, I can't find it right now. So what I'm gonna just tell you about it. So fair use, copyright is that's a copyright clause. I don't know if it's clause, but it's like a statement that you use, right? And what this statement says is that you can use copyrighted material, other people's copyrighted material, as long as you're using it for educational purposes, for research purposes, for you can also use it for satire, you can use it for commentary, you can use it for education, long as you're using it to teach somebody. And that's what I do with it. So I use this information to teach you. Okay. So now, the first thing we're going to look at. So since we did that, let me go and see where we're going to talk about. Oh, the clip. Okay. That's why I do my script. So now I'm going to go straight to the clip because I want you to see what they said. When one of the subscribers, I'm assuming it was a subscriber, asked them about
And we don't own,
money.
I mean, we don't own Harmon. Harmon is a grown man.
So I guess they were asking. Harmon was getting donations, right? And they were in charge of the donations. Okay, and I guess somebody had wrote them and asked them about the donations. You know what they were doing with these donations. Okay, so let me put this back on here. So this is what the first thing they're talking about. They're talking about what I guess somebody asked them, you know, do they give Harmon all the donations? I don't know. But this is what they're responding to. Something about the money with the donations with Harmon when he worked for them. So let's go back.
And he chose to go anywhere that he wanted to, and you know we didn't stop it. But Harmon loved to be around the family.
That's right.
He really did. He would, you know, him and my son are good friends, and my other son. They've been knowing Harmon since they were a little younger when we first got here. I mean, but hey, like I said, we don't have time for that kind of mess where people want to come in and say, when you
Hold on, I want to play all that. Okay, so let's try this.
used to go anywhere that he wanted to, and you know we didn't stop it. But Harmon loved to be around.
Some people that just don't, damn it, want to unite because they work for devils and they're devil advocates and collaborators. But the point is, we cannot figure out why there's so much damn toxicity coming out of the UK. Now, it's not all the UK because we got a lot of great friends from the UK. You know what I'm saying? We're not going to mention all names like Merlin Guthrie and stuff like that. We're not going to mention fabulous people like that. You know what I'm saying? and Messiahs, you know, we're not going to mention them, you know.
Beautiful people.
Yeah, exactly. So we got a bunch of friends from the UK. We just can't understand why a certain group or toxic people want to come in and attack us.
And we're all the same.
We're all the same people. People have attacked us personally. You know, hey, where's our money coming from? Why are we buying so much land?
How is that an attack, people? Now think about that. Where's your money coming from? And why are you buying so much land? They said that they considered that attack personally. Look at these people are ridiculous.
What's in our bank account?
How much is in our bank account?
That's none of your.
How much is in your bank account? Because you took that money from the people. See what I mean? This is what their response was when people questioned them about the money.
How we were able to stay here 4 years and not appear to have a job.
Right.
You know, none of that's your damn business.
Wow.
This is a public platform. If you want to.
This is a public platform, and those were public dollars. So they do. The people have a right to know, sir. Yes, indeed. They have a right to know what you and your wife did with that money that was donated to you for a crowdfunding project that you never intended to complete and you have not completed to this day. And you admitted openly 2 or 3 weeks ago that you were retiring. So you are done with this crowdfunding project. You're not even going to try to fulfill it.
Subscribe. You can. If you want to support, then you can. But if you want to come in here with that toxic, you're damn right. I'm going to block your comments, okay? Because I don't want to hear that mess.
And we're too old for to be coming with that's some stuff my children went through in high school. We don't have time for
we don't have time for that.
We have a goal here, and bag is it, and we will get it done with you or without you.
Exactly. Now we know how this ends.
It will be nice if we all can unite and do it together, but we don't need you if you're toxic.
If you're toxic, exactly right, guys. And so enough of that.
Now remember how they define toxic. Toxic is if you ask them about the money. If you ask them, how much money did you collect? How much money do you have in your bank account? How do you survive when you don't have a job? That's toxic to these people.
Let's take a good breather. And then
no, Hammond did not feel that he was being used. Every time Hammond needed something, we were there. We would do it for him, or we'll show him how to do it. Hammond asked us a lot of questions. We gave him a lot of information. Wherever we went, Hammond even went to
Okay, so we're going to stop there because this is them trying to defend their position with Hammond. But I wanted you to see what they said when people were asking them about the money. How defensive they got every single time. Every single time. And that's why they blocked you. That's why they would block you. All right. Do we have any comments? Let's go back. Let me see what I was supposed to do. So I showed you that clip. All right. Since they took the above position, see, other YouTube content creators, they knew something was up while we were still sitting here in denial. They knew something was up because, for one, why would they refuse to be transparent? If you're doing what you're supposed to do with this money, you're not going to refuse to be transparent. All right? You're not. Why are you refusing to be transparent? That's the first thing, right? So, people are questioning. The first people who began to question were UN, Unapologetic Negropean, Fresh Prince of Wakanda, and I remember this people called the Bad Apples of the Gambia. That's what they used to call Black Acres. I cannot remember the name of the channel, but this channel was donated. This channel was dedicated to showing you Black Acres' bad behavior. These 3 channels, these 3 content creators, and if I'm missing somebody, please forgive me, but these 3 tried desperately to warn us about Black Acres and the deceit that just hovered around them. These warnings came way back as early as 2021. YouTube content creators like Unapologetic Negropean, Fresh Prince of Wakanda, and the Bad Acres of the Gambia all tried to warn us. Now, I want you to look at this video. Now, this video was about when all of us really fell out with UN. This, when we was on UN's channel, we was calling him everything but a child of God. We was so mad at him. We was so mad at him. We was like, how dare you make statements like that? How dare you say things like that? And all along, we would find years later, we'd be questioning the same thing. So let's go here. Let's start right here. And let's see what UN had to try to warn us about.
That has happened in the Gambia content, which other YouTubers are afraid to make. And so that brings us to today. today. This is one of those videos, so I'm hoping you guys could take what I'm about to say with a pinch of salt, because you need to, because I'm not accusing anybody of anything, but these questions need to be said. So with all that being said, on with the video. Hello and welcome to another day in paradise, and welcome to another edition of the Unapologetic Negropian. In today's video, we are going to talk about the unfortunate events that has happened in the Gambia over the last 48 hours. Yes, we are talking about the African-American couple, the Arrivals, the YouTubers, which got burglarized in the Gambia some 2 days ago. We're going to look into what happened, and we're going to talk about my hypothesis of what happened, because there are a lot of things that has happened which is too much of a coincidence, and these questions need to be raised. Before I get into things, I'm going to ask you to please like, subscribe, share, click the bell notification, and please consider supporting us on our new Patreon account. The link is in the description, and we are going to find out just what on earth is going on. So first things first, who are the Arrivals? The Arrivals are an African-American couple who repatriated from the United States to the Gambia with dreams of living out their lives on the African continent. Currently, their house is under construction. Kenny is leading the construction. They seem to be doing an incredible job. In fact, this couple, if you could compare them to Ricky and Cynthia, there is stark contrast. There is a massive, massive difference between these four people. Ricky and Cynthia are a lot more cutthroat. You can see it for yourself, actually. When you watch the videos of Kenny and Terry speaking to the workers, they're very jovial. They are laughing with each other. You don't see that with Ricky and Cynthia. Okay.
And I think this video right here, I think this, if there was at the break-in hadn't caused a strain between the Arrival and Blackacre, I believe this video played a major role in the strain. Because see, they can't take people putting them down. They can't take somebody else being compared to them and that person being lifted up. Because Kenny and Terry are better representation of African American people than Cynthia and Rick. And he's telling the truth. He's telling the truth. He is telling the honest to God truth. Whether we wanted to believe, and this is just like what the post I posted. And as you know, these are two different classes. These are two different socioeconomic class. Rick and Cynthia do not come from the same socioeconomic class as Kenny and Terry. Period. They would not even be friends in the United States. They wouldn't be going out to dinner in the United States together. They don't even run in the same circles.
You see Kenny a lot getting his hands dirty, grinding, working on his storage shed. You can see that this guy is a hands-on guy. And Ricky doesn't do that. Ricky, you normally see, he has his phone and he's walking around and he's sort of, there's a massive difference between these two couples. Kenny and Terry are just a class act, really. And I think they are a testament to the African Americans who have come over to the African continent, who just want to live out their lives quietly, without the fuss. And they are really representative of the African American ethnicity as a whole. You can also notice that things just seem to be going right for the Arrivals. I was going to make a separate video about this because they just seem to be doing everything right. Everything that they have put their minds to, they haven't.
Yes, this definitely created some type of jealousy between them. They couldn't take this. No, especially Cynthia. She could not take this. No, no, no. Not the things he's saying about the Arrival. She can't take that. She cannot.
said anything negative about anyone, and including the locals, especially the locals. Actually, they've only praised them. It's crazy to see this, to watch their videos, researching this video after watching the Black Acres of the Gambia, who are in another world. So what happened a couple of days ago? Well, Kenny and Terry went out, and when they came back, their house had been burgled. They had taken everything from the household, anything of value. It almost seemed as though they knew what they were looking for. I think it's important that you hear it from the horse's mouth. Take a listen to this.
We were robbed. They took everything besides our clothing.
Laptops, Chromebooks, everything we use for YouTube.
They took all my jewelry. They just took everything.
Even some of the clothes that we just got.
Every suitcase was ransacked. Clothes all over the floor. We went to the police station. Which is devastating.
Took a statement.
It took a statement. It was very. It was. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
We're just going to keep pushing forward, guys. But so we just wanted to come on and let you know that we don't know if we'll be able to do a live tomorrow unless we.
Yeah, we won't be able to
find it. Get a laptop or something. Yeah, so I'm gonna scramble around, see how we can get back on track. But right now, that's where we're at.
We won't be able to go live tomorrow. So
you don't know. I mean,
it's possible, but I doubt it.
Anything possible.
But
I'm gonna push for it. So that's where we're at, guys, and it's not going to deter us from moving forward. And it's not easy, but we want to keep pushing. So just let you guys know what the situation is. Because we had videos we wanted to upload when we came home, but I can't upload them with what we have on the phone. It was targeted, I believe. They knew exactly what to get and where to get it. So that's it.
So Kenny said, let's go back a little. He said,
I can't upload them with what we have on the phone. It was targeted, I believe. They knew.
He said it was targeted. It was targeted. Who said that to us last week? Remember Mr. J.D. Okra, Lord, I sound like Cynthia. Remember Mr. Orca? What did he say about his robbery? Remember what he said? Remember he said that somebody from the West done this. Somebody with a Western mindset done this. Somebody who smiles in my face every day done this. And he's saying the same thing. He's saying basically the same thing. And what's the common link? Black Acres of the Gambia.
Knew exactly what to get and where to get it. So that's it.
Knew exactly what to get and where to get it. How did they know that? Unless they had been in your house. Unless they had been comfortable in your house and they knew where the things were.
Guys, as far as
That's the same thing Mr. Orca said. The same story, y'all. What is the common denominator? What is the common denominator? Black Acres of the Gambia.
Yeah, it's just ridiculous. It's so sad. And I just want to let you guys know that if you don't see us, you know why. And everything's going to work out together for our good because we trust God. But just letting you know what's going on.
We'll be all right.
We were violated, so take care. And it was like a violation, just feel raped, But anyway, thank you. We'll be back to you when we can, and just keep us in your prayers. Thank you so much, family.
Bye, guys.
Okay.
This is incredibly bad luck. Or is it? Was somebody watching them? How did they know when they left? How did they know that they had time to go inside? How did the burglars know how long the arrivals would be out for? How did they know that they were going out in the first place? Now, there are two important things that I wanted you to hear in the end of that video, okay? One thing is that Kenny and Terry did not ask for money. That
No,
is
they
just a
didn't.
class act, that is, okay? They did not
No, they
ask
didn't.
for money. They just wanted to let people know.
No, they didn't. No, he's right. They didn't. And I just noticed that when he said that, when he just said that, I noticed they did not. All the other people, oh, whatever you can do to help, just send me the money. Send me the money, honey.
Right? That it has happened. Another thing I wanted you to hear at the end of the video was when Kenny said that he thought that it had been arranged.
It was targeted, I believe.
Yes.
They knew exactly what to get and where to get it.
This is really important.
Yes.
This had to be orchestrated. It had to be orchestrated in a way in which burglars knew that Kenny and Terry were going to be out and were going to be out on that day for a good number of hours. Because Terry's jewelry got stolen. Now, you don't just leave jewelry.
What did Mr. Orca say? They took of his wife, remember? Her jewelry. And like he's about to say, you don't just leave jewelry laying out. Jewelry is put up. It's put away. It's usually in a case or a box or something, and it's put away. Only somebody who knows you know where to go get that stuff from.
Anywhere, do you?
No, you
You
don't.
hide it.
Yeah,
You put it in a certain place. You put it in a safe place.
yes.
So if these burglars were coming into that house, they must have had time and known that there were going to be valuables there and known that they could take their time looking for those valuables.
Yep.
So they must have known that they were going to be out for a certain period of time. I don't think that these burglars were just sitting there watching in the fields, waiting for them to go out. That's a ridiculous notion. They don't know when they're going to go out. It's not like they're just going to sit there, okay, when they go out, we're going to go and burglarize them. It just doesn't work that way. They must have known that they were going out in the first place. So how could they have known? Well, we need to take a look at where Kerry and Kenny were going to that day. And this is the part of the video which I was dreading.
Yes, this is where things get really interesting. You see, Kevin and Terry were going to their land to show no other than Ricky and Cynthia of the Black Acres of the Gambia. Yes, they took a tour of the arrival's land. And I'm not pointing any fingers here, but it is a massive coincidence that the person that knew the exact time that Kevin and Terry were going to be out of their household for is a person who has a history of doing these types of things. Now, as you can clearly see, Ricky's right there, so he couldn't have done it. So who could have done something like that? Well, I'm not going to point fingers again, but once again, where is Ricky's sons? Where are they? They're nowhere to be.
And what did the man say? The older gentleman who was just on their show? He said he sees Rick's son walking around his house. What did J.D. Orca say? He said it took 2 people to do this. It took 2 people to move that ladder to my house. This is not the MO of the Gambian thief. This is the MO of a Western thief. I'm just telling you what the people said. These aren't my words. I'm just putting it together.
Seen in this video. So there we have it. Whilst Kevin and Terry were occupied with the Baggs family, they were being robbed blind by someone at their own home. And we can tell that it happened at the same time by looking at what Terry and Kevin are wearing in their video when they are telling their subscribers that they've been robbed. Kevin is wearing a maroon polo shirt and Kerry is wearing a white blouse. The exact same clothing they were wearing when they were hosting Baggs at their land.
Yeah. Look, that scarf. She had that same scarf on. See? Right there. Wow.
Exact same clothing they were.
Yeah. Oh, wow.
Were wearing when they were hosting Baggs at their land.
I'd like to take you back to the second video that I ever made about the Black Acres of the Gambia. In that video, I spoke about his criminal history. Okay, he has been arrested for theft. That is undisputed, and he even confirmed this himself. You have a situation where you have an African American couple being invited out of their house to go somewhere else for hours on end with someone who has a criminal history, a history of theft. And what happens is that the rival's house gets broken into whilst they are visiting this alleged criminal. I hope you guys can see where I'm going with this now. I just think that there is too much of a coincidence there. I don't think I can just ignore the fact that it has happened this way, okay? And these guys knew that there were going to be electronics inside there. They had laptops taken, Chromebooks taken, all their tech gear taken that they normally use to go live with. They had all the jewelry taken. Anything of any real value they took. They even took new clothing. They must have taken their time. This wasn't a rushed job that they ran in and, oh, grab this. We don't know when they're coming back. They could have just popped down the road for 10 minutes. We don't know where they're gone. Let's rush in and rush out. No. These guys took their time. They knew they had time. And that is too much of a coincidence, guys. Too much of a coincidence. And this is why I have to ask this question. Actually, I'm not even going to ask the question. You know where I'm going to with this, because I've got to be careful, remember. I've got to be responsible with what I say and the way I say it. I have to be. This is my platform. I have to be responsible. I think that Terry and Kenny have questions that they need to ask themselves right now. Oh, I'm being visited. Good morning. I know, baby. We're going out soon. We're going out. Good morning. It must be cold in there, right? I mean, think about this. You have Kenny and Terry going out there building. They've got no one saying anything negative about them. They are saying nothing negative about anybody. They seem to be getting along with everybody. Their house is getting built and everything is just hunky-dory. And with the bags, it is nightmare after nightmare after nightmare. Video after video after video of negativity, bad vibes, bad energy coming from their videos. Vitriol, which is being conjured up and fed to their supporters and their subscribers. I know the type of person who Ricky is. Ricky's quite a vindictive person. You can see that in his personality. This is the reason why he was saying all those nasty things about Solomon that time. It's because he's vindictive. He didn't need to say it. He could have walked away, but no, he wanted to say something nasty. He wanted to really drive the knife in and twist it as well. Rick is not the kind of person who would like that. He doesn't like being beaten. He doesn't like other people cruising on by whilst he is there still working on his foundations. And you can see that the rivals are going to come in now and they are going to overtake them, right? They are going to overtake the Black Acres of the Gambia with their project.
So basically, he feels like that's the issue, and that, Black Acres of the Gambia had something to do with that break-in. And I just think it's a coincidence that both of them were friends of Black Acres, and that they were with Black Acres when their house was broken into. And they both felt like, this is what I really thought was strange, that both couples, the Orcas and the Arrivals, both felt like this was somebody who knew them. Now, like I said, we were warned about these people a long time ago. But when UN made that video right there, we wasn't believing him. We was jumping all over him. Do you get along with everyone? Okay. Y'all talking to each other. I think the bags are all on DRUGS. I think so too. Because I told you last week, 2 weeks ago, Rick and Cynthia's behavior is definitely crackish. All right. I'm not saying they use crack, but I'm saying they act like crackheads or former crackheads, because some crackhead ways is hard to shake. That always stealing, always taking people's stuff, always shoplifting, always got to get over on somebody. That's them crackhead ways that's embedded in them because they've been on crack for so long. And again, I'm not saying Black Acres of the Gambia is on crack. I'm just saying they have crackish behavior. Have a magnificent day. What a load of crap. Just trying to, yes, that's all. That's all. That's all it was. Because bag means money. And they know it means money. We all know get that bag means money. And that's all bag wanted was the money. That's why the bag is a symbol. That's why bag is their name. Celebrating 1 year of living in the Gambia at 10-minute retirement and 20 minutes. Very soon we can travel everywhere. I mean, anywhere on the continent. Look for us and we'll, yeah. Mm-hmm. Yes, exactly. But how? With what money? Why can't we all just get along? Who says we're not getting along? Oh, that's why she said, do you get along with everybody? Because that's impossible, ma'am. That's not even realistic. Miss Janice Elaine says, hi, Kiki. I'm like, definitely. Well, thank you for joining us. What matters is that you joined the party, honey. Okay, she's saying, hi, Kiki. So now we're going to look at another video. Kiki says Cynthia told her something about her son wanting to scam her subs. Yeah, he did. She did. She told me when I was there that her son, I believe it was the youngest boy, it wasn't James, it was the other one, that him and his friend were planning on running a scam on their subscribers. She was trying to see if UN knew about it. That's what she was trying to see. Because she was trying to see if I knew. And she was trying to see if UN had got any information about it. And I had told her I don't recall UN ever saying anything about that. Or I don't recall ever reading anything about that. So when she was trying to pick me for information, she was really giving me information. Now, if I was this undercover agent, like they going around telling everybody working on UN's payroll, why didn't I go back and tell him that story? That's a really good story. Why didn't I go back and tell that story? And she admitted that to me personally. Those words came out of her mouth. I didn't even do a story about that. So Rick and Cynthia are just liars. Just flat out liars. Yes, and I wonder what the scam was. I don't know who the worker, I don't know who the friend was. I don't know what the scam was. She just told me they were planning on running a scam on their subscribers. That's when a little light bug went off for me, Kiki. The arrival getting hit, and I said to myself, oh, so you thought so then, huh, Miss Greek? There's something ain't right with that relationship. Well, I just got mad at UN. I just felt like, oh, he was picking on Black Acres again. Burglary, yeah. That's what I thought. I thought, oh, he just keep on picking on them. He just gonna keep on talking about these people. It's important to note that the robbery occurred while they were visiting Black Acres of the Gambia. Imagine that. Exactly, Steph. That's why we can't ignore it. How we could ignore it back then, that's because we wanted to continue to believe the dream. But, like UN said, and like you're saying, how can we ignore that? How can we ignore that? And then Mr. Orca tell us the same thing. These are Americans doing. These are not Americans. These are people from the West who are doing this. These people knew me. Who does he know? Bag. Who does the rival know where they went? Bag. That is not a coincidence. It is not. It can't be. I listened to UN and I wasn't mad, but I worried why he was being public about it. Because he wanted us to know who we were dealing with. He wanted us to stop giving these people money. We were giving them money to get, and that was giving them keys to do whatever they wanted to do. Rick always accused some local of something. They really are too much. Rick and Cynthia they're very low class. That's why I made that post. You got to understand, everybody, we are not the same. We are not the same people. We might have the same skin color, come from the same country, but we come from different socioeconomic classes. You got to understand that. When I see this guy, I think about this very accurate prediction for Shekinah. He's wicked. Oh, yeah, remember that? And I don't even think he knew that. That was crazy. Y'all remember that? When he said people like her, what did he say, y'all? How did he say it? He said people like her, people usually come up to and they hit on the back of the head with something. Yeah, that's how she died. Remember? Oh, okay. What? I'm sorry, I didn't read that. Lady London says, "Arrival are okay. Keep to themselves, to themselves." Yeah, they do keep to themselves. I would too after that, though. Who can you trust? Can't trust nobody. I knew from day. Oh, you did, Angel. You felt like they did it from day one. I didn't. I didn't want to believe it. And man, when he started saying that stuff about the kids, I was really mad then. I was like, "How you gonna talk about them people's kids?" Oh yeah, y'all got hot with you. We sure did. Girl, hot wasn't the word. We was telling him off, honey. We was all going at it. Yep, that's all. We was all going at it. We was all going at it. Stop begging for money, sir. Then we wouldn't be on. Who y'all? Right, we wouldn't be in your business. Exactly. Quit asking the people to support you. So, Malik Shabazz, I know you're trolling. Come on out of the bushes. No, he know we know it's him. You see, after he admitted it was him, he stayed away for a long till he thought we forgot. So now he gotta create a whole new profile now. He gotta create a new one. He can't come back as Malik right now because he know we know it's him. People should know they shouldn't have to ask because real nonprofits, you don't have to ask. You don't. The information is public record. Because when you take that much money, you got to tell us what you're doing with it. They are annoying places and spaces. Okay, let's see it. Their kids should have proceeded to universities in Ghana. Yes, I thought so too. Or Gambia or Senegal. No education, no future. That small land cannot assure them survival. Yes, he's right. That's what we said. And it wouldn't have cost that much. They had the money to send them kids to school. That little young girl, Kiki, would have liked going to school. The boy probably would have liked going to school too. They shouldn't have gave him an option. They should have told him you're going to school. You're doing something. You're not just going to sit here. That's why we talk about them because they are liars, places and spaces says, and have deceived people about their plans for a repack community and took our money to do it. Took our money, lied to our face, and took our money. That's what I cannot believe. And then cussed us out when we asked them, what did you do with the money? What are you going to do with the money? We get cussed totally out. It's just unbelievable. Let me make sure I got all these comments. We don't wish them bad at all, Mr. Muhammad Ali says. What we are saying here is that they need to be honest, exactly, and down to earth, exactly, in their dealings, exactly. Kids aren't going to the university. That's a huge misfortune. I guess that's what you mean. Yes, that's bad. He's right. What are they going to do? And cushions everywhere. What are they going to do? And what are they doing? Yes. That is right. This is just wow. I don't think they can grow good produce on that swampy, salty land. I don't either. I don't think they can grow anything except what the Gambians said they were growing. Psychology, psychological. Okay, so there must be some more stuff up here I didn't get. At the time, I don't like the way UN accused. I didn't either, Truth Serum. I was mad about that. I was so mad. He accused his sons, who were minors with no criminal record, as far as we knew, of robbery. I don't think that was fair. I didn't either. I didn't think that was fair either. But this other stuff is too much. What Okra said, Mr. Okra said, Orca, and then what the old man said, the other old man saying, what, that he see the son walking around his house. Why is he walking around the man's house? See, Steph says she suspected them too. Wow. Right. Imagine that, Dr. Johnson says. This is crazy, y'all. This is crazy. I think they have gin in their water. Or vodka, one of the two. No, black people was probably gin. Because Cynthia be sounding drunk. Her speech be slurred. I never gave the bag 1 cent. I wouldn't, but they've done is not right. So they should be worried about getting along with lying scammers. Yeah, they would. Exactly. Uh, Places and Spacious says, okay, we got that one. That's when she asked her, did she get along with everybody? So let's go back down here. And then I'm going to show you this other one. I imagine they have more victims. I'm sure there's a lot of victims. I would just love to talk to the workers and see what they went through. I imagine, yes, they have more victims. That's who I would love to talk to. Yes, but probably won't be successful based on their lack of motivation. Cece says, this is the second time the arrivals has gotten robbed. I said the first time that was someone that they knew them. The bags don't like the arrivals because they are good people and yes, exactly, and they're better people than them. Truth Serum says, Stephanie said they need to be educated over there and all that heat. Exactly, with no skills. Oh, Truth Serum, you are so right. And used our good intentions to scam us all. And that's what hurts so bad. They used our good intentions, our love for each other, our love for community, our desire to build a community in Africa. They used that. They used it to scam us. Yes, they did. Now, let me make sure I got all these clauses. Now what we're going to look at is another UN video. So any of you all live in the Gambia? And what is your point? Do any? Okay. What's your point? Do we live in the Gambia? And the local gin is very cheap. I bet it is. That's probably what's in there. I imagine they have more. Okay, so good. We got all of them. All right, so let me. I think we got everything. All right, good. So I'm caught up with that. All right. So yeah, they're talking about something. So let's look at this. All right, let me see my notes where we are. So now, after that, UN began to really point out how Black Acres were treating his workers, and mainly the contractors. There was a contractor named Solomon who had built the foundation to their house. And what UN was saying is that Black Acres were using these contractors to get the work done. And right before the work was completed, he would fire them so he would not have to pay them. All right. So this is where most of the money went. Okay. Most of the money went to building this mansion. A chunk of it. All right. And there's no more raffle money. There's no more Wall of Fame money. And now Black Acres is realizing that there's no more money. And now they're desperate. But first, I want to back up and I want to show you this video. All right. I want you to see this other warning that UN gave us about them to let us know. It is not the contractors. It is not the Gambians and the Africans who do shoddy work, who do poor work. It's Black Acres who fires them before they start complaining about your work, because they know they need to have a log of complaints, because they know they're going to fire you so they don't have to pay you, because we proved that they don't pay. They don't like to pay, because you see, remember the 2 houses. They moved when it was time to pay. What do? They get out. They get out when it's time to pay. They go to another place when it's time to pay. So let's look at this one, where he's warning us again about the contractors, how Black Acres are treating these contractors. I think this is it. How they're treating these contractors. Sure, didn't mean to go to her channel. Oh, now I'm gonna have to go over here. Hold on, y'all. All right, let me get back over here to this video. Okay, now it's up here. Okay, this is it. So let's go over here. Now this one, again, he's going to point out to us how they are deliberately getting rid of people so they don't have to pay them.
Nigerian contractor that was dismissed from his work by Ricky a few weeks ago. I think it's better if you guys take a look at the video for yourself. Take a look at this.
Now this is just a hall, guys. Why's it cracking like this? And this is just the hall. Show you all the other places. It's not supposed to look like this after. There's just holes everywhere. Did you move it down? This is from the bathroom, kids' bedroom. One of the bedrooms. This is across, right across. Let me turn this around. I know I messed it up, guys. So yeah, right across. There's another meat right here. Across. This is pretty much all the rooms are cracked. To me, it's a shabby job. I paid extra to the foundation to make it stronger, as he would say. Going across. All the way across. It started from the kitchen wall. It's just splitting right across. These are cracks. All of this is like this. Huge. Oh my God. It's not one in this. It is more than one. Actually, about 4 of them in this kitchen. This right here is in the living room.
That was bad. Look at that. That's probably the room where that wall was cracked. Look at that. That's from here. But you know what? Wait, he gonna tell you. I'm gonna let him tell you.
Right across. It's in the corner of the living room, I believe, right? This is another one from the hall. So everywhere you look, there's cracks going out there. See all that? Something right there. And there's another one. This is the part of the living room.
Look at that.
Over there. All the way over. I'm starting from the beginning of the kitchen, crossing over to the living room. I don't know if this supposed to be cracking like this. Yep. That, here's the other part. I'm in the kitchen room, the living room. It's just all over the place. It's like if you spray water, it probably break apart. Put water on the side of this car. It's just cracks all over. Yeah. And I'm at the kitchen now. It's at least about 10 or 20. So I don't feel bad that we got rid of him, because I mean he could have fixed it today. He probably would have made it worse though.
Now, before I start, I'm going to tell you, I'm no concrete expert, but it's clear that you can get all the information you need on these types of anomalies in the concrete online. Of course, all you have to do is go to Home Depot and you will find out that hairline cracks in resting slab, in concrete slab or foundations is completely normal.
In fact, on the Home Depot website, there is a step-by-step guide on how to dry and cure concrete foundations properly. It is available for all to see. And Guys, this isn't rocket science. This is pretty simple stuff. And I'm guessing that Ricky and Cynthia actually know this and have used this guide in order to keep an eye on the Nigerian builders.
But cracks that are more than 2 feet long means that there is an underlying issue in the foundation, that something has been missed, a process of some kind has been skipped. So what did Solomon skip in the foundation process?
Right, because those were cracks, those were crevices. Those were crevices. I can't believe that's why that house is falling apart. That's exactly why that house is falling apart. Because even if you put cement on top of that, those cracks, those crevices are underneath the cement you covered it up with. And remember, underneath there, underneath the bedrock and all of that, there's water. There's the River Gambia. That's the river over there. That's the River Gambia. And that's all moving. This is unbelievable.
And why has cracks started to form on this concrete? I'm going to explain why the concrete has started to get cracks. The most important part of that mix is water. So everybody knows this. Everybody knows that there is water in concrete, but the drying process is very important. If you let it dry too fast, you're going to have problems. If you let it dry too slow, you're going to have problems. It needs to go through the process of drying in a controlled, articulate manner. In hotter climates, it can be more difficult to lay these different types of concrete. But in hotter environments, of course, you have more of a problem when it comes to controlling the speed in which concrete sets. Like I said before, I am not a concrete expert, but we all know that the Gambia is a very hot country, okay? So concrete is going to dry a little bit faster. So it's important, once the concrete is laid and it is ready to dry, that it is watered, okay? They spray water over the concrete so the cracks won't form, because the cracks only start forming when the water evaporates from the concrete mixture too fast. This is a simple process. You spray water over the setting concrete over the course of a week or so, depending on how hot or how rainy the environment has been. So this is one of the latter processes. So we need to ask ourselves, how long did Solomon spray water over the concrete foundations after he had poured it? The answer is 0. Yes, Solomon didn't pour water over the setting concrete at any point during the process. Well, it's because Ricky
Had to send him to the gate.
like he has said so many times, Ricky had to show him.
Did y'all hear that? He fired him. That's why Solomon could not cure the foundation, because Rick fired him before he could do that, because he didn't want to pay him for his work. Wow.
To the gate. A very crude way of saying he had to fire him. And he actually enjoys saying this word, show them to the gate, to the point in which he actually has merchandise now. Did you know that? He has a t-shirt that you can buy. I'm going to try and find the video of his son wearing that particular t-shirt, but you can buy it now. This is how conceited this man is. It's disgusting, to be honest with you. So Ricky dismissed Solomon before Solomon could finish the process of spraying water over the setting concrete. Now you have foundations which are starting to disintegrate before Ricky's eyes. Now, if this is the case, then there is very little Ricky can do in order to save the foundations as a whole, because the cracks that I saw that they were showing in the video, I mean, if they're small cracks, then it's not a problem. That is actually part.
These are crevices. These aren't cracks. These are crevices. Look at that.
The drying process, that is normal. But the cracks were 5, 6, 7 meters long. There is a problem with those foundations, and it is not Solomon's fault. And this is the biggest problem. Ricky and Cynthia won't do a damned thing about it. Not if it means them spending extra money. They won't. And you can tell by the rhetoric that they're spilling out in their video. Oh, look at this. This is terrible. This is not the way foundation is supposed to be. And then you hear them talking as if they know anything about laying foundations, and clearly they don't. If they'd have known anything about laying foundations and laying concrete, they'd have sprayed it with water after they had dismissed Solomon before doing it. Once again, this is a very dangerous situation, because you know for a fact that there were mistakes done on the security house that has already been erected on the Black Acres of the Gambia property. You can see massive problems with that property. And
Look at that. Did y'all see that? Look at that.
The Black Acres of the Gambia property. You can see massive.
Look at that. That's structural, y'all. Why can't you just, it's not wide enough? It looks like it's not wide enough.
Problems with that property. And I can see this larger property going down the same route.
Yeah.
It doesn't look like these foundations are now fit for purpose. And if Ricky and Cynthia continue to build on those foundations, that house will not last long. So what about the new contractor? When will he?
That's his prediction. You heard what he said about Shakina, and it happened. And what did he say about the house?
Ricky and Cynthia continue to build on those foundations, that house will not last long. So what about the new contractor? When will he be?
That house will not last long. And we know that that house is collapsing. And when the rains hit, because it's raining in Ghana already bad, when those rains hit Gambia, I can't wait to see what's going to happen. It's going to crumble like a sandcastle.
Coming in. Well, I don't know when he's coming in. One thing I do know is that he is a good contractor. He is from the United Kingdom. That's not just the reason why he's good.
So now he's talking about the new contractor. All right. So once they spend all our money, and this is what else I meant to tell y'all about this foundation. I can't remember which video it was in, but one of the videos, there was someone in the comment section. I believe they were in the comment section. And they said something really interesting, y'all. They said that Rick, and the reason the concrete is cracking like that and it's crumbling like that, not only was it not cured, but they said Rick and Cynthia mixed the concrete with salt water. Let me let that sink in. They mixed it with salt water. There was no fresh water out there. Rick and Cynthia just recently got the fresh water out there. Those cement has been mixed with salt water. That's why they crumble like that. Remember when there was a video and Rick was just kicking the cedar bricks and they were just crumbling like just dust? And I was like, what kind of cement is this? Because when I was little, those bricks right there, those cedar bricks, I guess that's how you say it, you hit your head on one of them, you was going to bust your head to the white meat. Do you hear me? You was going to come out with a goose egg on your head, and your head was going to be busted to the white meat. I ain't never seen none that crumble like that. Well, that's why they crumble, because Rick and Cynthia mixed it with salt water. So the whole house is going to crumble. It's just a matter of time. The whole house is just a matter of time. Okay? But the problem now is they don't have any more money. They spent it all. They spent most of the money building the mansion. Now there's no more raffle money. There's no more Wall of Fame money. And now they realize the only money they have left is to try to make money off of YouTube. Now this is 4 years later. And Rick and Cynthia have nothing. And we're finally realizing 4 years later, the UN was right. The UN, Fresh Prince of Wakanda, the bad apples of the Gambia were all right. And now what are they saying? Now that the money is gone and the party is gone and the fun is gone and they can't figure out how to get any more money from us, They're saying that they want to retire and that they're planning on travel all around Africa. Yeah. This is before they've delivered what they promised with the crowdfunding money, which was the repack community. They never delivered the crowdfunding project. So how can you retire from a crowdfunding project when you never delivered the project? You just stopped. You just took our money and you ran. You just took our money and you left. Not only is that illegal for them to take money for a crowdfunding project that they do not complete, but they can also be sued for breach of contract in a court of law. And if you don't believe me, let me just show you real quick. Because Rick and Cynthia can be sued in a court of law for this. Because you cannot, people, you cannot. Get this up. This the one. Now the fair use statement want to come up here. That ain't the one we looking for. But you can't. You can't. That's illegal. Let me go back and get this statement. That is illegal. What they did, they breached the contract. They made a contract with us, right? And this contract said, okay, what I'm going to do, I'm going to build this community for you guys, okay? And you guys will be able to come out here to this community and you'll be able to stay in this community. Maybe I didn't pull it up. Maybe I didn't pull it up. I'll post it on my community channel later, okay? So you'll be able to stay in this community. You'll be able to, do whatever you want in this community. We're going to have crops. We're going to have restaurants. We're going to have everything. If you guys donate $100 every month, we can't take no more than $100 because remember, they wasn't taking no more than $100. And you can donate as many times as you wanted to, but it had to be $100. Now that they've done all of that, now that everything is gone, now that nothing is left but some change, they've breached their contract. Now they need to be sued, in my humble opinion. Now they need to be, like how they keep taking everybody else to court in the Gambia, Black Acres need to be taken to court. They need to be sued. Yes, because that was illegal. This whole thing that they've done is illegal. You cannot take crowdfunding money and not deliver. You can't do that. And that's exactly what they did. They took the money. Now they're saying, we're done. We don't want to do it anymore. So we're done with this and you're on your own. So we're on your own. So I'm gonna have to and it says I'm gonna have to post it on my community page. I can't talk to y'all and look for it. But yes, that's illegal. All right, so let me go look over here. So now I'm gonna look at your questions because I want to tell you about Rick and Cynthia's little friend who's gonna help them out with their donation. I think she said she's gonna get them a grant. They stretched the cement with too much water. Well, the water was salt water on top of that. So just imagine that. And you know what salt water is going to do to that cement. They're going to have a chemical reaction. It's constantly eroding the cement. Constantly. They are no, they're the same. They follow the same playbook, the same grifter playbook with no money. Right. All the grifters have no money. And they come on YouTube and beg and tell you, I want the money, honey. Man, like Black Acres was we only want $100. We only want $100. Imagine wasting all that time and energy and effort when they could have gotten how was they gonna get further in the US, so Steph? What was they gonna do? They wasn't doing nothing here. Yeah, salt water was why they couldn't grow. No, they can't grow anything because it's salt water. That's what they mix the cement with. Salt water. Bag won't even no, they won't show the finished house, places, and spaces. Not all of their supporters. No, they're not. All those people who paid all that money were not on Patreon. So they want you to pay twice to see the house that you ain't seen yet. And I'm sure they're not showing it to them either. Yes, salt water. They did not have a fresh water supply source out there until now. And I don't even think they have one now. I think they're lying about that because all last rainy season, Cynthia was bringing all kind of tons of bottled water up in there. Rick was intimidated by competent people. Yes, he is intimidated by competent people. Cynthia just wanted desperate people who could challenge and raise her, who she could challenge and raise her voice. Exactly. She likes that. She likes to feel like the big bad wolf. Those workers got fed up and more than likely sabotaged it because Rick treated them so badly. That too. But they sabotaged it when they mixed it with salt water. Cynthia went to the USA to get money from PPP loan, but the bank denied the loan and would not release the money. What? So Rick and Cynthia had no way to pay. Are you serious? Are you serious? That's how you know the IRS are on to them. So she must have lied, got approved for the PPP loan, right? But the bank wouldn't release the money because the IRS are on to them. That's what happened. They said it was GoFundMe. But I'm like, why would you have to go? I'm trying to figure that out. I thought she had to go get an ID or something. But no, she was trying to go argue with the bank to see why they wouldn't release the money. Oh, they needed that money. Ooh, they needed that money. Oh my goodness. They so mad. They needed that money. Oh yeah, the IRS owned to them. They blocked that. Yep, they blocked because they heard everybody was getting them. Let me apply for one. Knowing daggone well they ain't been in America and they got no business in America. They lied on the whole application, got the loan, and it was blocked. So then they couldn't pay the man. So they had to make up a lie to fire the man. Mm. Yeah, he was a faithful worker. Yeah, he was. Wow, that's so sad. Black Acres is trash. Rick just wanted, he wanted the foundation. They could not afford the house to be built. So after the foundation, he fought. Wow, I believe it. Burley, I believe it. Wow, this is worse than I thought. This is worse than I thought. So if they ran out of money way back then, they came up with that's when they started the other plan, y'all. What was that one? The plaque, the $100 plaque sale. Remember that? Wow, this is unbelievable. Yes, Solomon started his own YouTube channel. Mm, mm, mm. I can't even believe it. Bet they never paid Solomon anything except for that initial payment. They'll pay the initial payment to get them to start. Then they won't pay no more. What is Solomon? Yeah, okay, we read that one. Yep, they won't pay no more after that. Mm. Solomon warned Rick about the foundation and told Rick it has to be wet daily, multiple times a day. And Rick told him he would do it, and he did not because they weren't going out there checking on anything. No, he did not do it with the salt water. Well, no better for them, Stephanie says. Wow, this is crazy. Every time you think that you can go low on them, Black Acres does something even lower. Did they even have water out there then? No, they didn't. All they had was the river water. Remember? They didn't have no fresh water out there. They don't even really have fresh water out there now. Oh, that house is gonna crumble and fall. I hope nobody gets hurt. They probably didn't cure the contract. Solomon seems like yeah, they didn't. Oh, this is unbelievable. That happens when they don't saturate the cement with water to cure it. She's saying, Edra saying she's welcome. This is just shocking. This is just shocking. There's several Gambians subscribed here. Okay. Now, let me look right here. It seems that's the rule. Initial payment and then bash them. Yeah. Because that's what they did. That's what they did. They planned on doing that. Wow. Don't be surprised, Kiki, if you see them homeless in the Gambia. They're going to live in one of them containers. They're going to move to the containers. That's why she put them out there. They're going to be living in them containers. People are getting busted left and right trying to scam PPP loan. That's just shocking. That's what an irrelevant friend did, though. Doesn't salt rust the steel? Yes. Yes, it rusts the steel. Because they never built anything before arrogance. Exactly. And they don't listen. Wow. The house may not be safe. It is not safe. You know, if it was here, that house would be shut down. It is not safe. No way is that house safe. Oh my God. They stretched the city. Oh, we read that. Okay, we got them all. Now I want to tell y'all about their little friend. Oh yeah, I'm sorry, y'all. I got to make sure I'll do that. Will y'all please hit the like button? And will y'all please subscribe to my YouTube channel? Please. And share the video because that helps when you like and subscribe and share. It helps us get the awareness out. Please do that for me. I always forget to do that. And now I actually have some friends helping me with my YouTube channel to promote it because they're like, Kiki, your content is amazing. Your channel should be doing much better than what it is. And to start, you need to say, would you please subscribe to my YouTube channel? And would you please like my video? You can share it if you like also. Thank you very much. So I'm going to make sure I do that. And thank you, Places and Spaces, for reminding me. So please, y'all, please hit the like button so YouTube can know this is a good video, Mr. YouTube, and we want to get this message out there. All right? And thank you so much. Now, okay. So we got that. Now, let me see where we are. Now, in 2024, Rick and Sin, their Pan-African cloaks have been snatched off. They're not fooling us anymore this year. It's 2024, and those Pan-African cloaks that hid who they really were are gone. We're now seeing the warlock and the witch for who they really are. Remember how they told us how much they love Juju in their video? Y'all don't remember that? Y'all do remember that, don't you? How they told us how much they love Juju and that they hope that voodoo and Juju were the same thing. Y'all don't remember that? And they wanted Juju and voodoo to be the same thing because they were in love with Juju. Y'all don't believe me? Let me just pull up a clip real quick. Because, I'm going to give you the receipts. I'm not going to just sit on here and just tell you what I think and what I feel. No. I'm going to give you facts from Black Acres themselves. So let's go to this video where Black Acre tells us how much they love. Oh, hold on. Let me just take Juju out. Love out. Okay, hold on. Yeah, how much they love Juju. Now, they've mentioned the word. Let me share it so y'all can see. Because I don't have to make up anything on these people. So let me show you how many times these people have talked about Juju. And we're going to see what their feelings are about Juju. Now remember, Juju is witchcraft. That's basically.
And find where to get it from.
You don't want to just get.
Came across Juju's there. Yes, we have.
We have.
In fact, we want to get our own. We just got to go.
So they want their own Juju charm. Somebody asked them, have you come across Juju in the Gambia? And they're saying, yes, we want our own Juju charms.
Thank you, just being real, Armstrong. You're right. Sweet mama meant that. You're right, I do. Don't like it, oh well.
Don't like it, oh well.
Sweet Berry, clap, that's right. Beautiful Queen, that's right, sweet juicy mama.
She sounds drunk on this.
He says, Tommy Self, hello bag. Do you guys think as Africans it's important to have a diet based from the homeland?
Hold on, let me get
if so, what
came across Juju's there? Yes, we have.
We have.
In fact, we want to get our own. We just got to go to a reliable source and find where to get it from.
You don't want to just get it from anybody. I was told that if you have to pay.
So they want to get some Juju's charm, some Juju spells, okay? So they're saying they want to get some made because they make them for you. But they have to find a reliable source to lead them to a marabou who can make the stuff for them.
Pay for it and it's not from the heart, it may not work the way you want it to.
So, and they're saying that it's so hard to find a marabou to do it because if you pay for it, they don't want to pay for it. They're so cheap. They want somebody to give them some charms and spells for free. That if you pay for it, it's not from the heart. So they feel like somebody should give them the spells and the charms, and that's why they're having a hard time finding somebody.
Because they're paying you, they're charging you for it, and it's not real. I don't know if that's true, but that's what someone told me.
And guys, let me jump in here again now. We got about another 20.
Okay, let me go back to this because this is going to pull out through the video how many times they said Juju in this video.
Is Juju like voodoo? I hope so. I hope so.
It's nothing wrong with voodoo.
And these are the people that you're following. Listen to what these people are saying.
Is Juju like voodoo? I hope so. I hope so.
It's nothing wrong with voodoo. AG said ugly on the outside, ugly on the inside. I love that.
Exactly.
Girl, I got that from my granny.
Now, this was a video they made about me, y'all.
Kiki, she ain't put out no video lately. I will let her know.
Right. She out there playing, running around with her friends.
We'll
let her know.
Yeah, no Juju is casting spell. Voodoo is a way of life.
Oh, okay. Got you then.
I don't know. I think Juju protects you.
Yeah, Juju's not casting
At least
a spell.
that's what they say here.
They don't even know. They don't even know. They don't even know. Juju is witchcraft. It's just flat out witchcraft. Okay? Voodoo is not. It's a spiritual belief. It's a spiritual practice. Just like with every spiritual practice, there can be good and evil. But Juju is blatant witchcraft, and they don't even know it. They're so stupid. They're following stuff they don't even know, and then they come on and they introduce it to us. And these blind people who are following them are going to just suck it all up.
It's more of a, I don't know, maybe it's different for whatever you have it for, but certain ones are
different for whatever you have it for. What? Cynthia, that wasn't a sentence. That didn't even make sense.
I know is to protect you from the evilness, which The ones who got the movement from,
or got the movement, she drunk.
Right.
The ugly on the outside and the ugly on the inside. Boop. Juju been thrown at you.
Go ahead.
So that's when she called herself throwing juju on me. Okay. So that's her. Y'all even got to see her do the juju spell. All right. So that was her putting a juju spell on me. That's how much they into juju. Okay. So I want to show y'all that. Now I want to show y'all the definition of juju. You ain't got to believe what I say. I'm going to show you. They don't even know what they believe. But they're on here telling us about it and call themselves putting juju spells on people. And they don't even know what they believe. So juju is sometimes used to enforce a contract or ensure compliance. So in a typical scenario, the witch doctor usually casts a spell or requires payment for the service. So in juju, the witch doctor will cast a spell. He will require payment for that service. The word juju is used in the African diaspora to describe all forms of charms made in African diaspora religions and traditional religions. So basically, that's what it is. It's used to enforce the compliance of a contract. So I'm making a contract with whichever God that I'm serving, and I'm telling them with these charms, these little crystals right here, I'm gonna make a deal with you that we're gonna do something to somebody else, and I'm gonna get what I want. Okay, and this is the deal. All right, so I'm gonna give them these crystals, and they're gonna take them, and you're gonna take their energy. All right, and then you're gonna be able to control them, and then in doing that, I'm gonna pay you for doing that for me. So that's how it works. Cynthia and Rick don't know anything about anything. And that's obvious. They don't even know what they believe. So, in the meantime, while the blind is leading the blind and they're practicing all these juju spells, something has happened. They're obviously not paying the juju doctor because the spell has worn off. And people are now calling Black Acres into question. Okay. People are now demanding answers from Black Acres because something has happened and people are finally now seeing them for who they are. The bag is now dried up. Bag no longer has the bag. They can't pay the witch doctor. They can't pay the juju doctor. They can't get any more charms. So now what are they going to do? They're going to retire and they're going to turn Black Acres into an Airbnb. But before they do that, they have a friend who says she's going to help them get some money. Now, let me show you this clip of her. Okay. Now, let me tell you who this person is. I'm looking to see, she's talking about she's going to get grant money for Black Acres. I'm like, really? And she's talking about she worked for the government. And I'm like, really? And I'm trying to figure out who this person is. So I go through the videos. This is the lady's channel. Her name is Be Wise Africa Movement. So I'm like, okay, is this some kind of movement back to Africa? Or what is it? So I look through the channel. And then I realize this lady is one of Black Acres' friends. She's one of the rebats in the Gambia. Look.
Hey, I have hit the collard green jackpot. Look what Cynthia and Rick dropped off to me. It's the collard green jackpot. They so pretty. Look at these greens. Oh my God, I'm going to wash some
freeze some, chop some up.
So the fact these are her friends, I mean, so she's going to get a grant for her friends. I wonder if she's going to let the people know that these are her friends, that she has some type of connection with these people she's trying to get this grant for. And I'm wondering what type of grant is she going to get? So I'm still looking because I used to write grants, right? So I know a lot about grants. I know a lot about grants. I used to go to people like job I had. I would go and I would help you get your nonprofit license. So what I would do, I would listen to you talk, and then I would tell you what grant was best suited for you, what type of funding was best suited for you. So I thought this lady was that type of lady. Okay, then I kept looking. So then here's another video of her and her friend. Going out.
Give it to me. I give it to you. I know what you want.
So this is the lady, right? This is Black Acre Savior.
That's nice.
All right.
It's all.
This is the lady who's going to save him. Oh, hold on. I ain't playing that song. I'm going to have to block that out. I just thought about that. Okay, so that's her, right? But I'm going to block that song. So let me show y'all. Then she made a video. This lady was in Gambia for 3 years. She met somebody, and the ambassador who was unalived. He was her friend, and he helped her get on some kind of committee where she was working with the road project in the Gambia. And what was interesting, she said she was getting a salary, but I'm like, how can you be on a visitor visa and you getting a salary? And you're working getting a salary. I thought that was odd, because most of the time you don't do that. You have to report that income, but I don't know. So she's saying that this is what she was doing, and she was living over there and getting a salary then, but she ran out of money. So I'm like, I was confused again because I'm like, you ran out of money, you lived over there, you ran out of money. Okay. So now she had some money. Well, no, correction. She didn't run out of money. The money she had set to use there, she spent that. Okay. And then she was going into her other money. And then when her friend was unalive, she really didn't want to be there anymore. This is just what my interpretation of what she's saying. So if I don't say it exactly the way she said it, I'm not supposed to, because this is my interpretation. All right. So then she comes back to the United States, but she still sees that there's a market in the Gambia to make money. There's a market there. There's repats who still want to go there, even though this lady has been through hell and high water and everything. She still says there's a market there. And she wants to tap into that market. She wants to help the repats in the Gambia, and she wants to help Black Acres get grant money and funding. All right, so y'all, let's check out this lady and tell me what y'all think. Because I say if nobody shows you their college degrees, honey, I would even ask for transcripts.
Nobody's going to be, but you also have African.
I would ask for transcripts, certifications, transcripts. These people can come. I'm not saying this lady is doing this because I don't know anything about this lady. But from doing all the research I've done on these people, you all don't believe anything anybody tells you. You need to ask for transcripts. You need to ask for documentation. You need to ask for CVs. You need to ask for resumes. But people will lie on that. You need to see stuff that comes from the university with seals and stamps, because you don't know what these people make up stuff. So This is the savior of Black
African spirituality that trumps being a Muslim, trumps being a Christian, trumps being an atheist, whatever you want to call it. The marabouts rank. African spirituality is big in these countries, and
So she's talking about how they'll use African spirit. They'll use the marabouts against you. So she's telling about her experience, and then she's going to get
rely on it. So you have people taking money to marabouts that they don't have in hopes of getting money. They will sacrifice,
like Cynthia and Rick,
themselves and anybody to try to get ahead. So ladies, I'm encouraging you, and I want to know what I can do to help. You know, when I was in Gambia, I was quietly making.
Hold on, y'all. I want to pull up the transcript so we can see what Rick and Cynthia, what Black Acres was writing, because this is their friend. You know, they don't comment on stuff like that. You know, they don't normally comment. That's how I was like, oh, this is somebody they know, because they don't comment unless it's their friends. And here you go. Black Acres of the Gambia. Greetings. And then she says that's exactly right of what she's saying now. Okay, so let's go on.
Making moves. I wasn't doing anything big, but I know for a fact that I did what I was supposed to do in Gambia, and I made some beautiful connections, and I will always be a resource and a help. So my goal is to work with Black Acres of the Gambia and anyone else to make sure that diasporans have a place to go, a place of refuge. So, you know,
So what does that mean? Does that mean she's going to help Black Acres of the Gambia create that? Because they didn't do that. And how is she going to create that when she's in the United States and she has no interest on going to Gambia?
Want to work with some land in Sanyang to make sure that when we get in trouble and you need a place to lay your head, not.
And you see, she didn't say if, she said when we get in trouble, because she knows you're going to get in trouble over there, especially when you're moving by yourself and you're not moving with Gambians, especially then. And I ain't talking about just some little broke begging Gambians. I ain't talking about them. I'm talking about real Gambians, okay?
Bringing any drama, not bringing your boyfriend and all that.
Not like that. How is she going to regulate? Either you're going to help the people, but how are you going to tell them you can't be bringing your boyfriend? What? These are grown people. These are grown people. Then I'm like, oh, this is another thing of control, domination and control.
If you say you need help and if you say you need food, come get the help, come get the food. But nobody's going to be supporting.
Because she know you're going to need help. She know you're going to, this is what's going on. She's telling you right here. They need help. They need food. They need shelter. They have boyfriends who don't support them. They try to support the boyfriends. And this is how their money gets messed up. Wow.
Yeah.
This is sad.
Because you're making bad decisions and that your lifestyle, let me just say it, is raggedy and you got some serious issues. Nobody is supporting that. So my goal is to.
But she's not supporting that, but she's supporting Black Acres. See, this lady is just like everybody else. How can you say, even in this video, she's talking about Miss Blacksett, right? That Miss Blacksett is this and Miss Blacksett is that. But she's supporting Black Acres. In this video, this lady is saying she's a seer and she knows spiritual things and she's spiritually this and she's spiritually that. But you can't see that Black Acres are scammers. You can't see Black Acres are the biggest scammers in the Gambia. You're trying to help the biggest scammers scam more people, and you want us to believe that you're helping us? But you can't see that. You can't see what they've done to us. Oh, this is unbelievable.
To try to develop a refuge for those who choose to stay in Gambia. And, you know, I don't want to be biased, but I have to be biased because there is a difference between Black British and Black Americans.
Yeah, I ain't listening to that. Y'all can go back and listen to that. I don't want to hear that.
And I say Gambia because that is where I got my real start from and taste, although I traveled other places back way trying to get out of Gambia. And so now I understand why Africans want to leave Akbulan. I understand that. I clearly decided to return. I know that there's ample opportunities, but it's also a time for realignment and readjustment. You know, you have to spend time with yourself, shedding this Western mindset and this Western skin. It's like a snake shedding its skin. You literally have to crawl up out of that, sit with yourself till you regenerate your cells and your skin, and then you know how to navigate, and then you have the power and the strength to move forward.
Well, she said that's what she did. I'm assuming that's what she did since she's telling us that's what to do. Shed our skin. Well, she shedded her skin, and look what she has on her skin, y'all. Snake. She has snake, a shirt that simulates snake skin, while she's telling us to shed our skin. Sit with ourselves. Shed our skin. Shed your skin. Sit with yourself. Love yourself. Love each other. But I'm not going back to Gambia to live, and I might go back to visit, but I sure will start a repat house to get y'all money to help y'all when y'all need help, because you're going to need it in the Gambia, because you're going to need money for rent. You're not going to have a place to stay. You're going to run out of food. You're going to run out of water. But make sure you don't bring your boyfriends over here. Can y'all believe that? But Black Acres is good. Black Acres is no problem. Black Acres is not the issue. I'm going to help Black Acres while she sit up here with her snake print shirt on, telling us who she is.
A snake that is shedding its skin is laying still, it's laying dormant, it's not moving around because it is a process, and it's a process that we go through. Yes, you're right, Rich King. They do think that we are rich, and we are not rich. But what we are, rich in spirit, we know that it's going to take who have massacred, destroyed us as a people, narrate our.
It's that.
And now that I am back, I can see that I made the best decision for myself. Is because I cannot engage in this development conversation and sustainability conversation without bringing me to the table, because it's okay to talk about it, but what can I do to impact change? And you can't impact change if you don't have the funds to impact the change. And I don't have the funds in Gambia to impact change. You know, that means I retired early, taking my retirement out. And I was advised by a good friend of mine who's African, who is an engineer, owns his own aeronautical company. He took his 401k back out.
That's another thing about her when you listen to her video. She always listening to some man advise her on how to do her life. And it ain't even her husband. The advisor, the ambassador who was unalive. That was her. Oh, that was her mentor. She did everything he said. Now this other man, he told her to do something. This ain't even her husband. And she just, whatever these men tell her to do, she doing it. Snake skin.
Living in America for 30, 40 years.
Look at the snake skin shirt.
And went back to Africa and developed an aeronautical company where he builds drones to fly into oil wells for security. and he took his 401k and went back and got into a lot of trouble. So I wanted to make sure that I can sustain myself, that I can maintain my health, and that I would be able to travel and do the things that I love doing. So it's been a while since I've been on. I just wanted to let you know what was happening. And I want to say my brother is on the road to recovery. He suffered 4th-degree burns.
Okay, that's telling her about her brother who was in an accident. Well, he wasn't in an accident. His nurse for some reason threw boiling water on him. But this is the lady who's going to save Black Acres. Okay, in this video, she goes on to talk about how she's going to get a grant and how I can't because this kind of stuff just really it irritates me because she goes on to say how she's going to get a grant and she's going to give Black Acres this money and she's going to help Black Acres out and she's going to do all of this and she's going to do all of that. And I'm like, well, she don't even know the name of the grant. What's the name of the grant, lady? She can't tell us the name of the grant. She says she's going to go to the government and she's going to talk to the government and she's going to ask the government for the name of the grant, for some grants to apply for. Let me tell you, people, if you do this for real, if this is what you do, you're not going to ask nobody what grants should you apply for. You're telling Black Acres, these are the grants that you can apply for. These are the grants that you qualify for. She's talking about the OIC project was funded by a grant. Lady, the International Monetary Fund, is that the grant you're talking about? You think you can apply for that? And you think Black Acres can apply for that? The question is, does anybody have a 501c3? Does anybody have that? Black Acres can't even get a PPP loan. And they was giving them to everybody. Everybody. But now she want us to believe she about to save Black Acres. She about to save all of the repats in the Gambia with some grants and some funding that we don't even know nothing about. More of the same. More of the same. This is the lady where she was telling Black Acres to be careful and all of that. If y'all want to go see the video, I would advise y'all to go see the video and go check out the video if you want to. It was just more of the same to me. It was more of that Pan-African, I'm going to do this, I'm going to do that, but you ain't going to do nothing for real. And that's just my humble opinion. That's just my humble, because there's no way you can get a grant for Black Acres of the Gambia. There's no way. No way can you get a grant for them. That's a whole lie. All right, y'all. So let's get these comments, and then we up out of here today. Nothing is up. We about to get off of here. So that's the person who's pretending like Black Acres is they're gonna revive Black Acres. After that, Black Acres comes out with the video about them retiring. Right after that, they say they're gonna retire because I guess she makes them think that they're gonna get all this money and that they're gonna be rich off of grants now. Like many of these people online trying to convince people there's some kind of, yes, it's another scam. In my opinion, ladies, so don't get all mad. I'm entitled to my opinion, okay? All they need is some scammer rehab. Yeah, they do, TNK. Because that's just like, wow. Now she trying to say, oh, she's going to do this, and Black Acres is all in on it. You will not be approved for a grant to no, you won't. So I'm like, what grant, woman? What are you talking about? No government entity is going to give you a grant to go develop Black Acres excuse me, in the Gambia. They're not. That's a whole lie just to get people geeked up and excited. Yeah, they really need scammer rehab bad. That was just ridiculous. And Cynthia and them were all on there. That's the lady's channel she was talking about. Be safe wherever you go. Let me land and save y'all. Yeah, exactly. But I ain't coming back there because Because even though I had a job there and I had money there, I still couldn't make it there. I still couldn't make it. But I can help y'all make it. How much sense does that make? Like, okay, yeah, that was just, I couldn't watch it, y'all. I'm sorry. I had to just get off of there. I can't stand yeah, that's what it was. I can't stand long-winded blow hands. Exactly. And I'm like, no, no, lady. When you talking about you gonna do all this for these repats and then you gonna regulate who they gonna be with and no. Who is this person? I agree, she is bad. She's on Black Acres friend. She's one of Black Acres friends, honey, who gonna save all the repats in the Gambia now. So I hope she don't be on here asking for money next. She means she's gonna join the scam team. Oh my God. Yeah. You see, she had her snake shirt on. I said, when she talking about a snake, I'm like, does she realize she got on a snake print shirt? Does she realize that? While you talking about snakes and snake skin, do you realize you got a snake skin on? While you talking about Black Acres and you gonna help Black Acres? Section 8 Gambia. Yeah. That's what they gonna have, Section 8 in the Gambia for the repats. Yeah, and food and an EBT card. Yeah, and yeah, she is babbling. That's what it is, y'all. That's why I couldn't take it. I was like, I can't take this. I gotta get off of here. She getting on my nerves. If you have spiritual gifts, you don't have to tell. No, no, and you don't. And see, she tells you in the video her grandmother was a seer. She's a seer, but you can't see Black Acres are scammers. You can see that Black Sid is a scammer, but you can't see Black Acres is a scammer. You can see all the other people are scammers and did the people terrible, but you can't see what Black Acres did. That's amazing to me. When she said that, I said, "Oh, I know what she all about. Nothing." And that's my opinion, lady, and I'm entitled to it. I'm just going to refer to them like I have today. Dumb and dumber. Yeah, yeah, exactly. And then Black Acres got so comfortable with her helping them. Then they talking about, I'm going to retire. So you know they've had this conversation before they did the live. You know she's went to them. Oh, I can help you, Black Acres. I can get a grant for you. I can get funding to save you. And Black Acres like, oh yeah, you can? Then we can retire and rent this place out. And we could just travel around. Because you know they wanted to go to Uganda in the first place. Yeah, they all a mess. All of them. All of them are a mess. Her bright idea with the snakes, with the snake print. Lady, next time you plan on pitching an idea, don't wear a snake skin. Don't wear a snake print shirt, okay? The government, yeah, is not providing public health. No, the government is not. It's not. And she talking about, I'm gonna go to the government and I'm gonna go to the ambassadors and I'm gonna ask them what type of grant should I apply. Lady, you should know that. And you would know that there's no grants for you to apply for. She don't know what she talking about. She just talking. I guess she's trying to grift Black Acres now. I guess it's their turn. How she ran out of money. That's what I want to know. That's what I said. Lady, you said you had money. You took your retirement. Remember, she got her retirement. She retired early, took her retirement out. Then she said she got a job. And it sounded like she had an important job because her ambassador friend, who was her mentor, got her the job. She had a salary and everything, but she still couldn't make it. Why not? But you going to help everybody else make it, and you going to regulate who they talk to and regulate what they do. Black Acres of the Gambia. See, it's all the same thinking. And I told y'all, that's their friend. That's their friend. Their one daughter, the YouTuber, seems to be doing well for herself in the Gambia. Yeah, she does. Right. All right, y'all. So we're going to stop there for tonight because that was a lot. we're going to stop there for tonight. And next week, yes, it's confusing. Next week, summer break starts. So my schedule gets a little different. And we're going to talk about different things. And I can do more lives, okay? So next week, I'm not sure which way I'm going to go next week. So y'all just got to wait and see. Because there's some other things going on in this repat community that I need to talk about. I need to address these issues. And I think we've given Black Acres enough attention right now. But I don't know. We might come back if I find something else. I might come back at them next week. But right now, I need to address something else that's going on in our community. And that's this issue of people wanting us to sustain their lifestyle. We got to get back on that. Because I don't know why YouTube content creators, think that we're supposed to sustain their lifestyles. There's another YouTube person, the passport traveler in Ghana. And for some reason, I guess she got the idea from Black Acres that we're supposed to support her. And not only her, but her and her husband's lifestyle. Now, y'all know I've been sitting back watching this for a long time because I don't say nothing until I'm ready. And I've been sitting back watching this. And when she told the lady last night, all you can send me is the money, I said, oh no, it's time to say something. And then when she starts saying about that the men are just bashing her because she's a woman, I said, oh no. Oh no. We're going to have to set the record straight because here they go again. So I think that's the direction we're going to go next week. All right. I want to talk about this. That why should we support, pay for their tickets, pay for them to go someplace else? Why do YouTube people think that we're supposed to do that? And how do they get the nerve to ask us to do that? Not only for her, but also her husband. So we're going to talk about this next week. All right? All right. And I'll be posting stuff in between time. And then we'll do some more lives because I'm going to have plenty of time. Because like I said, next week is the last week of school. So after that, we rocking and rolling starting Saturday. Yep. We're going to start the summer heat on Saturday. All right. So I will see y'all next Saturday. And like I said, we're going to talk about the passport traveler. And we're going to talk about why does she think we need to support her and her husband? That's what I want to know. There are way too many dishonest, opportunistic, entitled, deceitful, delusional, in denial. Yeah, that's true. That's true. And why they think we have to support them, I want to know. Good night, brown eyes. I want to know. I want to know. And why is it male bashing when men point out the obvious? I don't get that. I'm trying to figure out why she don't have a suitcase. Places and spaces. Did you tell me she ain't got no suitcase? I know she ain't got a bed. But she ain't got a bed and she ain't got a suitcase? Oh, we need to talk about this next week. We need to talk about this. Something wrong. Something's wrong in Ghana. We need to find out what it is. Because that's crazy to me. How are you going to have a man and you ain't even got a suitcase or a bed? How is that? Yeah, I know she traumatized. She's a sweetheart. She might be a sweetheart, but I don't get sweetheart vibes. I'm sorry. I don't get sweetheart vibes. I get opportunistic vibes. And I just get what I get from bag. I get grifter. I'm sorry. I've been sitting back watching this for a long time. And I see you on there, Truth Serum. I see you on there all the time. But I just, sweethearts to me don't act that. I don't get sweetheart vibes. I don't get sweetheart vibes. Sweethearts don't talk like that. They don't use that type of language for one. And sweethearts don't tell people when the lady wanted to say, what could I send you? And then she says, just send me the money. Just send me the money so I can get enough money for not only me, but my husband to leave. How is that our responsibility? So I'm confused. She's entitled to her opinion. She's entitled to say what she wants to say. But where I kind of step back is when you think we're supposed to support you. And you mad because you think Go Black to Africa and Phil Scott is making money off of your videos. Because they did a little video about your video. And she's mad. And so she making videos about everybody who make a video about her. And that's a sweetheart. That sounds like a sociopath. Yeah, she is delusional. Yeah, because it's their right to talk about it. Like it's her right to make a video. It's their right to talk about it. So I don't get her. Good night, Kiki. You need a honey limp. I know. I do. I really, really, really do. Because this stuff is just stuck right there. It really is. But I'm going to make something. Oh, that sounds good. Yeah, because I got to get it to dry up. I was going to make some ginger tea. I think I'm going to make some ginger tea when I get off here. That woman's voice in the manner she was talking is just confusing. Honey, yes, Deborah, it was confusing and irritating because that's what I was. Confused and irritated at the same time. At the same time. So, all right. Kiki, you might send her over the edge. You come. Oh, I'm not trying to send her over the edge, Mr. True Serum. I'm not. I don't mean to come hard. I just come factual and actual. Okay, that's all I'm gonna do. I don't mean any harm. You know me, True Serum. I don't mean no harm. Tell your friend. Kiki don't mean no harm. But Kiki gonna point out the obvious. And this her whole situation is making us all look bad. And I can't have that. I gotta stand up and say, hey, wait a minute. This needs to stop. This needs to stop. You don't even have people on here talking about this woman using the bathroom in a bucket. In a bucket. I ain't trying to send nobody over the edge. But if that life she living in Ghana ain't sent her over the edge, there ain't no way Kiki Loves Nigeria could send her over the edge. But this got to stop. That's all I can tell y'all. This got to stop. It's too much. Whatever her name is. Oh, you better go check it out, Lady London. Honey, you got to go check it out. Because that's what we're going to be talking about. Passport Traveler is a grifter. She is also too old for the mess she has found herself in. But she likes it. Calm down. She likes it. That's what's disturbing to me. Because this lady looks like she's about my mom's age. She says she's 61, but I swear she looks like my mother's age. She too old to be cussing people out, want to fight, dating the people she date. All of that is too much. It's too much. And on top of that, you want us to support your lifestyle? Are you joking? This is unbelievable, y'all. This is unbelievable. So you got to go. Her name is the Passport Traveler, y'all. Go check it out. Because that's what we're going to be talking about. It may take us a while to talk about her. I don't know how long we're going to be talking about her. But that whole situation over there, that's got to stop. I'm going to give you a little break, Black Acres of the Gambia. Because somebody else need my attention. So I got to go and give it to him. She's not sweet. Yeah, always cussing people out and calling that little African girl bald head. But why is she talking about the little African girl like that, Truth Serum? If she was sweet, she wouldn't be doing that. She wouldn't be doing that. Ain't nothing wrong with the little African girl. The little African girl can say whatever she want to say. She say whatever she want to say about Ghana. Why can't the little African girl say what she want to say about her? Can't do that though. She gonna make a whole video cussing you out. Girl, she just looks sad. That lady looks sad. She's too old for all of that. She's embarrassing the elders in our community. She's embarrassing the elders in our community. And then why she don't never wear no bra? I'm sorry, Truth Serum, and all the men on here, but ladies, why don't this woman ever wear a bra? I'm serious. That's another thing I can't stand. You on YouTube and don't have no bra on, and your boobies is almost up. I can't say. She said she had to get one. I guess she came with her stuff in her hands. She ain't got a tooth. She ain't got a suitcase. She ain't got a bed, and she ain't got a bra. Okay, I gotta stop. Okay, I gotta stop. What is wrong in our community where these people feel like it's okay to come on YouTube and do this kind of madness? And then get mad when we say something about it. Phil Scott was so mad he didn't know what to do. Phil Scott he was mad. He was so mad. He, he was looking like, who is this woman? Yeah, it was hilarious. You got to go watch him when he was talking. It was hilarious. Okay, let me see if I got everybody. Okay, good night, y'all. Lady London, make sure you London lady, make sure you go look at those videos so you know who we talking about. So you can be prepared next week. Because if not, you're gonna say, who is that? Who is that? You're gonna try to look at the videos while we're talking. So that's y'all homework assignment. We got to go look at all the videos. So, Passport Traveler, I did recommend people to your channel. So you should be getting a lot of views, and that's going to up that YouTube check. Okay, let me get off of here. Y'all. All right, let me get these comments so I can get up off of here. These people have, yeah, they do. They have mental health problems. Serious ones. Yes, they do. In my humble opinion, they do. But this is going to be funny. It seems Miss Kim is ready to leave Ghana. Well, why don't she just leave? I don't get it. I'm not going to make a whole bunch of videos about how I'm ready to leave Gambia, Nigeria, and Cameroon while I haven't left. Leave. Why don't you just leave? Instead of keep saying the same thing over and over again. Or you can't leave because you don't have the money to leave. And I don't believe that because Miss Kim has grown kids. I seen her daughter. Her daughter is pretty and well put together. And she got sons. So if she needed to get out of there like that, her kids could get the money for her. So no, I know that for a fact. I can look at that daughter and tell she's together. So no, I think Miss Kim liked the drama. I think she liked the YouTube, famous on YouTube stuff. And I think she just liked all of this. I think she likes this life. Do I really think she's leaving Ghana? No, I don't. No bed, no suitcase, no bra. That's what we should call the show next week, y'all. No bread, no suitcase, and no bra. Oh God. Oh, oh my goodness. Oh God. Oh God. Calm down. Truth Serum says he wish he could. He wish he could. I don't know what he's talking. What y'all talking about? Okay, let me hurry up and get these so we can get off here. Why did go Africa without why go to Africa without a sustainable income? Exactly. It's reckless and irresponsible. Exactly. These people are cray-cray. Exactly. And honey, this woman just admitted she ain't got no income but YouTube and daggone TikTok that the government trying to shut down. And that's your income. That's so sad. Maybe it's too hot for a bra. I never. It's too hot for all of that to be hanging down on your stomach. That's what it's too hot for, because that's skin on skin contact, and it's just gonna sweat and feel horrible. A bra would at least lift it up and give her stomach some room to breathe. I just can't even imagine the rash up under there. Okay. She's supposed to leave in June. Okay, good. Let's hope she leaves, y'all. Then maybe she'll quit talking about Ghana, and maybe she'll quit begging on YouTube. You can't, nobody can save her. She can only save herself. That woman is overgrown. She older than everybody on this channel. Yeah. Now she old, that old and nothing, don't even have a suitcase and a bra in the bed. Ain't nothing nobody can do. Only God can help her. Please title this show "No Bed, No Bra, No Suitcase." Yo, wrong. Yo, wrong. Oh God. Oh God. Oh, okay. I gotta calm down. I gotta calm down. I gotta calm down. Yeah, we might do that. Yeah, we might just do that because this is our show, not my show. And if you guys want the show called "No Bra, No Bed, No Bed, No Bra, No Suitcase," we can do that. Let's talk about the passport traveler. Oh God. And see, it done got nighttime. It get worse at night. Oh God. I think she said people were scared of how she looks. I ain't gonna talk about how she looks. Mm-mm. No, I can't do that. I ain't going there. Why go? Okay. 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 I think you got them all. Oh God. Hold on. Y'all got me over here crying. Oh God. Oh God. Okay. Okay. All right, y'all. So we're gonna get off of here now. And we're gonna get ready for next week. We're gonna do our research. We're gonna go watch The Passport Traveler. I know you do. She's in a heavy depression, y'all. Then get off the internet. Get off the internet. Quit making us all look bad because you want to look bad. Come on now. I know you do because I see you on there. I say every time I see you, I'll be like, oh, there go True Serum. Hey, True Serum. Yep, he be on there, y'all. He be on there faithfully. All right, y'all. My nose is starting to run. I'm gonna have to get up out of here. No bed, no bra, no suitcase. The Passport Traveler. See y'all next week. We about to have fun again. All right, y'all. I'm out of here. See y'all.